The fools of today know nothing of the mysteries of the past. They walk down streets built upon the bones of fallen empires that gave them their technology, their magic, the very blood that courses through their veins. Great empires once ruled all around. The first occurred when man was just a scavenger. They were the Salus, snake men as the ignorant call them today. Their magic was strong but dark and connected to the foul outer gods. This connection would be their downfall as the outer gods charge a steep price for their knowledge. In the end, their dealings brought a cataclysm down upon Ura that nearly destroyed all life. What remained clawed slowly out of the devastation and began to rebuild. As they did, they found the remnants of the Salus. They discovered their cities, science and magic, even some of their experiments. They took the magic as their own, swearing not to abuse it as the reptilians had, as if they could resist the allure of its power. They might have sworn off worship to the outer gods, but they were playing with the same fire. They called this the Age of Wonder, and the imbeciles still look back upon it with their stories of fables and romance. True, there was more magic, science, and prosperity then, probably more than at any other time before or since. They were as ignorant as the fools today. Their meddling led to the weakening of the weave between the worlds, and through this weakened weave, the Celestians were able to emerge. The Gilded Ones, with their beauty and perfection, soon took control of everything, and then began fighting amongst themselves and using man as their pawns. Eventually, those who fought against them closed the hole between the worlds, cutting them off from the power that made them godlike. Overnight, they went from being gods to merely powerful mortals. Mortals that could be killed. The last of the most recent follies from man was the unenlightened glory of Rozar. The greatest of man's empires, it stretched farther and more significant than any man's nations throughout history. The fools of Rozar believed themselves superior to all, and they pushed against all other races. They thought if they could force them into the worst corners of the world, or even exterminate them, they would have harmony and a perfect world. Little did the Daleks realize that man is his own worst enemy, and the Empire crumbled before even 1,000 years had passed. Now Ura is a fractured land divided up between rival nations, dark magic, and the worshipping of foul gods is once more on the rise as the lessons of the past have all been forgotten. Now these fools will bring down the same calamities as their ancestors. And my fellows and I will watch and laugh. Oh, how we'll laugh.
Yeah.
Mine does.
Like right now, because we're live, it's all going through OBS.
And
oh,
we're
hey,
muted.
everybody. No, I unmuted it. Woo! I'm good for 3 months. I did it once. I made sure it was on Tony's show. But nobody's none the wiser because I edited that out. It just looks like I have bad timing with starting a show then. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Tales of a Savage Land here on the Wicked Studios LLC Twitch channel. Glad you can make it. As are all of us. I'm Will DM. I'll be the game master for this glorious evening, and we will be playing Savage Worlds game that we've been playing for a little bit. This is episode 26 we're on right now. Believe it or not.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
26. That's pretty intense.
I'll let somebody else do that math because I'm not.
Well, I was having drinks with some of my friends the other day, and I was telling them, I said, you know what, we've played about 30 sessions. I was like, well, no, that can't be right. And I went, oh, no, that's about right, because we're getting a bunch of session 0 sort of prep sessions.
Yeah,
and we played a few off
We
air.
had 2 session 0s that I'm 100% sure of, but we maybe had 3, did we?
I think we had one that was more of like a soft session 0. That was just familiarizing ourselves with mechanics.
Yeah.
That's I don't live this long. I don't play characters that last 26 episodes.
Okay, so that's nobody pay attention to that. Everybody be surprised when Joplin dies. So with that having,
you see me working on it?
Yeah, I do every week.
And you know what? In 26 episodes, we've killed surprisingly few people for a roleplay group.
But that's because, you know why? It's because people are used to D&D, and D&D has this aesthetic to it where it's stomp, smash, hobo, murder.
Yeah.
And you guys, I will say, the combat comes up when the combat is necessary, right? Because you guys even will look at options of not getting into a fight, which if you think about it, aside from Tony, but if you think about it, in real life, that's what you would do. You know what I mean? There's no first level anything going to go, I could take that ogre. He'd be like, holy shit, look at that thing. I don't want to go and get that, you know? And that's, I love that. I love that about this group. It's much more realistic,
I think for me, I just need the proper reason to fight, you know?
Totally. And I'm right there with you on that, 100%. You know, it's like you inspired me to play a paladin in a actual D&D game because I was like, see, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And yeah.
And you inspired me to play a paladin hunter.
Why?
Well, you know, because you know he aspires to your greatness, but he falls short. So he's got to take that anger out somewhere. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, with that having been said, let's go ahead and introduce all these great cast members here. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Ari. Go ahead.
I'm
Ari
Grace.
Grace. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. One and the same anymore.
Right.
I'm Grace. I'm playing Ari tonight. From what I remember, she had some words to mince with Brian over there, but hopefully
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. That's where we pick up. So
yes.
All right, excellent. Uncle Tony.
I'm Uncle Tony. I am Joplin Mischief Mayfair. I've added Mischief to my middle name. Yeah, I'm having a blast with this. I talked Phoenix into peeing into an empty fountain. We created an oasis.
You sure the fuck did.
Here's
the thing. Okay, he'd been trying to do. Granted, he started when Dylan wasn't here. It would have been better. Badgering him, trying to get him to pee in an oasis, convincing him that this is what all the locals do. You know, even after the innkeeper threatened him with death and whatnot. So to just shut Joplin up, he goes ahead and he goes, "Fine, I'll do it. Just try. Look, watch, I'm gonna pee." And he pees, and I had it where it was gonna start flowing water anyway, and I was like, well, might as well go ahead and do it anyway. All right, excellent.
That's how we roll around here.
Yeah, all due to coincidence. All right, Jonathan, man, it's your turn.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I play Brian, he's just a regular dude. Just a regular dude hanging out with some cool people.
He's a paladin.
Am I, though?
Yes, you are, though.
Rational.
Yeah. You're
well-read.
Yeah. Because, I've played in groups where the paladin goes, he's evil? All right, I'm going to kill him. What? It's a little goblin selling bread. Doesn't matter. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The difference is refreshing. So, and last but not least, we have Dylan.
Hey, I'm Dylan. I play Phoenix Empress, and I am drinking Empress Gin. And I don't know if you noticed, this is the drink is like pink, got a pinkish hue.
Oh, yeah.
No, gin is actually blue. And then when you add the tonic, it turns pink. I sent this to the chat the other day, and then my mom, as a housewarming gift, bought us a bottle of gin, this big bottle of blue Empress Gin. It's a Canadian gin. So it just so happens that it stays on brand for my character that I'm drinking, Empress Gin.
And a gin and tonic.
There you go.
Which is one of the world's finest drinks.
And
definitely.
ubiquitous across the universe. If you read Douglas Adams, every galaxy with life forms has developed a gin and tonic.
Well, of course,
but it keeps coming up.
Well, Douglas Adams is British, and that's the thing about the British. Because do you know why it's synonymous in Britain? Come on, Tony, you impress me. I know you know this. You got it.
Well, gin was like their booze. Everything else came from somewhere else, as far as I know.
Okay, they
Like
had
vodka came from Russia. The French had the wine,
and the reason for this is because the Royal Navy used to give their sailors tonic, and I forget what the reason for it is. There's a medicinal purpose for it, and to get the sailors to drink it, they had to mix it with something, so they mixed it with gin. And that's where you get the gin and tonic, and that's why it's ubiquitous with the whole. Did I just use that word? Did I use it correctly? I don't think I did.
Yeah.
No, you did.
I did. Okay.
You nailed it.
It was.
So it fought on scurvy or something. Like
that's exactly what it was. It's something that has something to do with scurvy or whatnot. And so they every day they would get 1 cup of gin and tonic.
You know what fights off scurvy is citrus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they would stock as much citrus aboard these ships as they possibly could. And a lot of times they would come right down to the end when they were traveling across the seas, and they'd end up like just drinking the lime juice, and ended up becoming known as lime juice.
There you go.
I looked this up not too long ago to try and figure out where that came from.
See, you don't just get a role-playing game when you tune into Tales of a Savage
all
World.
Kinds of trivia.
You get esoteric ephemera.
Yeah, you get useless information to help you win your bar trivia. All right, so I guess let me go ahead and do a quick recap. As we all know, these great adventurers have been employed by the Arcanus, which is a mystical organization, and they're going around because there are these portals that are threatening to open back up, and through these portals could be coming the Celestines. And the Celestines, as in the video, they're like an angelic race, but they're not good guys. And they actually ruled Ura at one time. They ruled the world. And this is way back in antiquity. And so there's a threat for this to possibly start happening again. And they're going around to close these portals out. Well, they finally made it to their first one in the Vezin Desert. They got sucked down into a desert, sunken desert temple. Fought themselves literally after looking in mirrors and having evil duplicates of themselves come around. And then after that, they had some of this white powder that they had gotten off of Azael, because some of the Celestines have been able to cross over and come into Ura, and Azael was one of them. He was sent here to try and like help bring it about, but he was saying that he didn't want to do that because if he closed all of them and he was the only one there, he could rule the world. Blah blah blah. Anyway, Phoenix killed him. It's in an episode. I forget which one it was.
But Joplin helped.
He did. So did Sunder. But anyway, so
I enchanted. No, never mind. I'm not even going to get into this argument.
There you go. And so they're there, and they try using this white powder that they had got off of Azael, thinking that, well, let's try this, see if this will help close it, because they don't really know how to close it. And a couple of people throw a pinch of this white powder onto it, and it crackles and it pops, and nothing happens. But when Briam did it, it started to close. And Briam was able to get it to close. So the portal completely shut down. And after that happened, there was a rumbling, and the whole temple that was underneath the desert rose up out of the desert, and then Phoenix peed in a dry well in a dry fountain, which then started gurgling water. So obviously he's the water maker. And yeah, so they did it. They closed their first portal. And after you guys got out, Mansoor, your guide, along with Mazina and Sunder, who didn't go down into the temple, were out there waiting for you guys. And you guys all went back to the last oasis, which was actually relatively close. It was within only several hours away from where you were searching for this temple. And you guys decided that you were going to have this powwow and talk amongst yourselves, because everybody started pointing fingers at everybody else and accusing people of doing
It does
stuff.
seem as though we've been keeping some secrets.
Yes.
Well, because you have. But that's okay. So where we left off was you guys had made it back to the oasis where the Kawada were one of the two tribes that live in the Vezin Desert. And the Kawada that were there, basically, they're on one side of the oasis, you're on the other. You did interact with them when you first showed up before you went to the temple, and everything was cool. And so there was no problems with that. So you guys, you're on the other side of the oasis. I forget what time of day it was. Does anybody remember what time of day it was? When you guys
I was going to ask if there was a time shift or not, but I don't remember.
You know, this would be just so much more theatrically. I can't think of the words. I used one big word tonight. I'm done. So it would be cooler if this all happened during the evening. So we're going to say that it's evening starting to come about onto the desert, and you guys are over at the oasis. Now, you said that you were going to move away from Mansour, Sunder, and Mazina. You were going to leave them, ask them to give you guys some time, and you were going to go off by yourselves someplace further into... Because like all the other... Now, granted, this is a much smaller oasis than the other ones that you had been at. It still has vegetation around it. It still has palms and fronds and bushes and stuff along these lines. So that's where we're going to pick up. It's early evening. It's just starting to, the sun's just starting to go down. The chill's starting to come to the air, which comes really quick in the desert. And you guys are standing around, looking accusingly at each other, and action.
Well,
All right, so I didn't want to say this before, and let me just say to you all. Well, how far back are we going? Start from the top?
It's totally up to you, because there's a lot that has happened.
Let's start from the top.
Okay, yeah. I'm totally good with that.
I don't know where to start, but well, this spear, I've named it Revival, and you know, I've read the stories, and well, you know me, I just want I've read so much about heroes, and I want them to come back, and so long ago already, I've made the decision that with this spear, I'm going to revive the Age of Heroes, right? It's kind of cool, but
yeah, no, that's cool.
Admirable, certainly.
I'm gonna start poking the ground a bit, but as it turns out, I don't know if this was my original idea. If I was the one who came up with this idea in the first place. And then...
Hey, Melinra's in the house! Sorry to interrupt the dramatic season. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure at first, because it just sounds stupid. And at this point, my carvings into the sand at our feet is going to get a little more directional. Because, I mean, just thinking about it, me saying, well, what I'm about to say, it sounds dumb, but, I mean, a lot of things have happened. And at this point, I think I'm going to finish drawing that infinity symbol on the ground. Turns out, I think I am this champion that everyone is looking for. Well, not everyone, but that was said to come forth the eternal champion. It's stupid, right? It's really stupid.
So who is the eternal champion?
It's me. Apparently, it's been me before I was me. Before, well, this lifetimes ago. As far as I can tell, maybe this isn't my first run of things. Even though I don't remember, it seems that either I or whatever my soul is has been through this several times.
That, I guess, explains why you just looked like you in the mirror when we saw you.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time.
Wasn't the first time.
Yeah, there have been other times where I have seen the me's from before. The first time I was some other man, soldier, spear wielder. Like I said, I think these choices were so original, an original thought. But I didn't look like this. I had a beard and I don't know, but I knew it was me. That's when I saw all the bodies. All the Celestine bodies.
Brian, I had at one time pledged myself as a champion of Pyrden. Who is the eternal champion pledged to?
I don't know. There's one place that might know a little more. Well, first of all, one of our companions, he's pledged himself the eternal champion. What am I going to say? That, hey, I'm the eternal champion. I guess you serve me now. That just sounds dumb.
If he recognizes you as such, then yes.
I mean, it seems odd that he doesn't recognize you, though, right? I mean,
if there have been others, and
there have been others, but my visage probably changes from ages to ages.
But the spear, you said, is it that's the same? That has
the choice of weapon, but no, revival's mine. Mine alone.
Huh.
But it didn't seem pertinent before, but maybe that's why I was able to close. Well, I'm sure that's why I was able to close that gate, but only from what Ari was able to give me. I didn't touch it and close. Ari, that's stuff. What is that?
I pulled it from Azel's body when you guys were when you were trying to right the ship. I pulled it from him. I think all along he was there to help us with this, to direct us.
You're still thinking that he's benevolent.
I don't think that necessarily. I think that he just knew what it was like the first time.
Well, I will admit, even with me being this champion, I don't know how else I would have closed it without him. So,
yeah.
If anything, he does, and knows where we can attain these keys to closing the portal, more of the substance. How much of that do you have left? How much did we use?
I think we have enough for the rest of the portals. DM.
You use surprisingly a small amount.
Yeah.
Would you say a quarter? How many gates are there?
No.
Right.
The bag itself would be like, has anybody ever seen, we have people who cook here, so a small bag of flour, you know, the little ones?
Okay,
so
I thought it was like a dime pouch or something.
Oh, no. There's quite a bit in it.
Say?
A dime pouch, dude. Like, it's about this.
I don't think he's questioning what a dime pouch is. He's just surprising you knew it.
You don't talk about that. Anyway, cool. It's a satchel then.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. All right.
Okay. Well, back to it. Do you think we have enough to close the rest of it?
I think we have to at least try. This is what I have. This is what I was able to glean from my communications from Zafrish and then the run-ins I had with Azael. This is our best hope to get these portals closed. And I'll go ahead and pull out the map and kind of show them that there are indications of where the rest of them are.
You gonna show
Is there one nearby? I can't really tell what this thing is. It just looks like a coin to me.
So I'll go ahead and I don't know my geography of this place very well.
That's all right. I'll tell you. There are 3 more. There is the one that is in Thracia.
That's when Dylan goes to open the map in the background of Roll20.
Which is in the hinterlands, which you're talking the west. And the hinterlands are essentially, think of the northwest of the hey, dirtbag, thanks man, we appreciate that. Thracia is like the northwest in the United States, as in it is chock full of, it is just forest, a lot of rain and different stuff. That's the hinterlands of Thracia. Thracia is a kingdom into itself. It is also the domain. Dirtbag, look at you. I love it. It is. There are a bunch of savages, as they're called, that live there, and those people are the
Pitarns. Just kidding. I don't remember.
No, you're right.
Okay.
They're the Pitarns. No, the Pitarns. That's Stygia. You had me wrong there. I'll look it up. Anyway, they're like Neanderthals. Okay, they're not quite human, but they're like from a branch of humanity. They're big, strong, heavy-browed. Some might even say lumbering type, but they're surprisingly agile. And that marks the western expanse of essentially civilization. Stops at the hinterlands. And then now we got a bunch of shamrocks from Malenray. Thank you, Malenray. So that's where 1 is.
They count 2, right? Yeah, all right, good.
There's another one in eastern Golkia, in the mountains between Golkia and Fen. And the vast is what they call the great open expanse of the steppe. And that's where the Golkins live, which are essentially like Mongols. I love you guys. Thank you. And so there's a mountain range that pretty much separates the Golkia from Fen, and Fen is an Asian kingdom. It's like China. It is actually a conglomeration of a number of different kingdoms under their domain and their protection. And these mountains that separate the two is where one is supposed to be. And then the last one is in Karat Ur, which is a deep southern island. And it is an island of mystery.
Ooh.
It is a place of mythological beasts and magics and things long forgotten. It is said to be like the time of the heroes, which was thousands and thousands of years ago, still exists on this island. People don't really live there. I mean, there are inhabitants supposedly, but like people who go to this island just never come back. You know, so sort of like Kong's Island is what it is. You know, there's on a number of different maps, there's different locations for it, but it's all considered to be in the Great Southern Ocean, south of Vindia is where that one is. So if you were to look at these geologically, geographically, thank you. Or you could look at them like rocks either way. I mean, because that's what the other
I love those rocks.
That would be the closest one to you guys. But also, from what you guys know about it, especially Briam, because you've read stories about it in your books and whatnot, that would also probably be the most intense. Because if all the stories are true, you know, there's going to be a ton of weird shit there. But nobody knows just how true all the stories are because supposedly nobody comes back from there.
I believe you all know my vote.
Well, Will, which place is the closest?
The closest would be Karet Ur, would be that mysterious island. The next closest one would be the hinterlands. Well, they're almost the same a distance. Getting to the hinterlands and getting to the mountain range that separates Fen from Golkia is roughly the same amount of distance.
I guess I would. My vote would go to the next closest place.
Yeah, but all things being equal, wouldn't you want to go to the more mysterious place?
That is the closest.
That is the closest one, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And the next two are about the same.
So I'm excited about that one.
They say that was, well, the time of heroes. So, well, now you know.
Fit right in.
What if we don't come back? What if all the rumors are true?
Well, I wouldn't make him a very good hero, would it?
And I imagine we will have learned a very valuable lesson in the process.
Yeah, supposedly dragons live there.
Well, so far, Ari, we seem to be the exception to many rules.
Yeah, my pee makes oceans.
His pee makes oceans.
I mean, I might be exaggerating. A lake.
An oasis.
A small lake.
He pees small lakes.
And I pointed
that was so good.
That's right.
Now I gotta say, Briam's really just kind of spilled the beans and was honest about everything. Is anybody else going to talk about, I don't know, your reflections or anything? Or
yeah, well,
I mean,
I guess
if it's relative.
Well, his new revelation has got me wondering if anyone else here has something they want to share about the person they saw in the mirror. I think I've shared everything that I know about who I am. I mean,
yeah, you've been pretty open
little.
and honest about it.
I don't actually recall what I saw.
You saw your buddy there, the
Cold
guy you
cut.
pray to.
Cat Conan?
Cat Conan.
Yeah.
Cold cuts.
Cold
Whatever.
Conan.
I have broken away from Puritan because Fire and I just didn't seem to match, but Mischief I seem to have a knack for.
Yes.
So this is my new patron, if anybody is wondering.
Well, that seems pretty cold cut and dry.
I'll see. He loves the jokes.
I do. I just don't show it outwardly very often, but I do appreciate your sense of humor.
You know, you guys aren't whispering this, right?
Yeah,
I'm whispering.
No, you're not. I'm reading it.
GM?
That's it. Yeah. Everything else is whispered on my side.
Which makes it that much more mysterious.
Yeah.
For the people at home,
Yeah.
we saw what Will said back to him, which elucidates nothing.
Well, the thing of it is that it's nothing that you guys don't already know. It's just a thing. If it gets worked into what gets worked into, fine. Yeah.
Speaking of reflections, I also saw myself at a museum.
Look at that! That's a professional right there.
There we go. Smooth as butter.
You saw yourself at a museum? Like there was another one of you, like we dealt with just yesterday?
I kind of got lost at the guild back home. Apparently there's an exhibit about the Eternal Champion. I meant to bring it up, but we were already setting sail, and like I said, until
we were
now,
set sail for a while. Brian.
There's an entire exhibit about you in a museum, and you forgot it didn't come up?
Yeah, KO is such a great guy. He actually knew a lot about it, but I was in a rush. I didn't want to take any of his time, so I just,
I heard a bird talk to me, and I told you instantly. That's insane.
We all have been interested in this. Yes, Ray. Yes.
Right.
All I'm trying to say is that up until now, I feel like I've treated you more or less all like family, and I'm not getting a lot of.
I
Sure, you're treating me a lot like a coworker.
Yes, we fought for each other almost to the point of death, and even though that puts us together, that doesn't mean. I mean, are we family? All of us?
Well, we do look out for each other.
We do.
And you don't treat me nearly as badly as my own sister, so yeah.
It's very true. We've all seen how his sister treats him.
Lovely girl. Lovely. Look, I'm Phoenix, I'm sorry. What was I supposed to say? Hey, I'm an immortal, eternal champion. Well, I don't know if I'm immortal.
We should have taken time at that exhibit. We should have learned all there was to learn about the eternal champion. Together, we could have covered much more ground.
We have.
You don't have to worry about us being judgmental or jealous. I don't know what you were worried about. I mean, we're all here to look out for each other. We've all got crazy powers we didn't know we had.
I didn't think it was important. Literally, until now, until the gate closing, it had no reason to bring it up.
Well, I mean, did either of the words eternal or champion give it away? That it might have been important. Big. Monumental.
And until the gates, I couldn't really say for sure if it was true, despite seeing my own face.
I'm just going to point out that of all the images that you saw in the mirrors, while some were shocking, there was only one that was kind of disturbing, really, because it sort of looked like a demon almost.
We're not on that one right now.
Oh, she's going to get the third degree, too.
We're going to get there.
Okay, cool.
All I'm saying, Brian, is that your modesty is one of your most charming virtues, but it might also, on occasion, lead you maybe leaving out some very big details.
Yeah, humble to a fault, and that would be the fault.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But I'm confused at what you mean by you saw your face in the portrait.
It was a good painting, actually. It was a painting of me, but from a different time, and that's why I think that this isn't my first time going through whatever this is going through. And I think with the Celestines reappearing, maybe threads of destiny, something like that. The weave of the loom. Maybe that's what ties me to the loom.
I think maybe what Ari is trying to point out is that there's a picture of your face hanging in the building of the people who hired us to do this, and they never thought it was important to mention it to you.
Right, we're giving Brian
actually
such a difficult.
It was if you remember, Kale was his name, correct?
Yeah, and he did say
he did when he took you on the tour of the portraits of history, because it's a history museum and there's portraits all through it of all kinds of important people. When he stopped and showed you the portrait of the Eternal Champion, he was kind of shocked and surprised, because he's like, I can't believe it. He looks just like you. So there's a good chance that the Arcanists didn't even know that. Maybe.
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 I'm not inclined to believe that any of them are particularly ignorant to anything. But
yeah, and if they didn't know it before, they certainly know it now. So whatever.
I mean, not only we're dealing with people who, Brian withheld this from us, but so have they. Why are we doing their bidding when they're not telling us the full story?
Because right now it serves our means. Right now we want to close these gates because the gates are bad?
Because we've been told that they're bad.
I mean, we did see firsthand that they do eat people and tear their spines out and stuff, so.
Yeah, but if we really want answers, we could leave one of them open.
That seems like a terrible idea.
It's a scary gamble.
Certainly someone would have to be a little more forthright with us if we were the only ones who could close them.
Right? And right now we are. We hold the power regarding these portals.
I've heard that somewhere before.
I know where they are. We know how to close them. They are at our mercy.
I've seen people try and extort people before. I did grow up in a brothel. And it usually ends up with the person trying to extort them. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but usually you end up getting fucked. Not the good way.
We're not looking for money. We're looking for truth, answers, reasons.
Extortion's extortion.
Well, fair enough, but, honorable extortion.
With the Celestines on our side, the Arcanus doesn't concern me.
I don't think they're on our side.
If we let them through.
I think we were promised slavery if we let them through.
Who do you think is on our side? The Arcanus that's spying on us to use us to close their portals? Or the Celestines who are trying to get us to close their portals? I don't understand what's going on.
We've got a few different parties at play here, but we definitely have to close these portals. I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, do we really want another age of whatever the fuck that was happening in that Colosseum that we saw? This
eat people or kill people. All I remember was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood.
I don't know what he was doing with them, but he definitely tore out their spine. So, and he promised that we would be given slaves, and
then he pollinated Ari. That was weird. But you got that fixed, though, right?
Azale helped me fix that. Yes, that is part of my inherent trust in him.
Don't want to cry. Good. It's good.
When I saw him that day in the library, when he walked past everyone in the Arcanus, and they didn't even bat an eye, he gave me a vial that would help sever that tie that I had to Zafrish. Right before we left for here, frankly, there was an episode. I was sick of being told what to do by Zafrish, but he didn't appreciate me saying no. And so I drank the bottle and was sent to the infirmary, and next thing I knew was I was okay and I was no longer hearing his voice.
I don't want to belittle your journey here, but the guy who did that wants us to do the same thing that the Arcanus wants us to do. He just wants it for a different reason.
That's odd.
What is?
I'd like to have better motivation, I think. But that island of mysteriousness and, that's where we should be headed.
It's a better plan than any. Because as I see it, there are three groups. The spine tearing group, Azale, who's not here. To find him, we have to deviate from course. And then finally, the Arcanus. We don't know if we can trust them, but so far in the black and white, they've done all right by us. They've fed us, clothed us,
and they've been pretty frank about what they want us to do and what we're giving up to do it. I think at the very least they've been semi-transparent.
They're just the lesser of the three evils, and until we have a better option, I think we should stay the course. But I don't know. My mom always said to see things through, and also she said to stay humble, and that kind of didn't pan out too well. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. We forgive you. Or at least I do.
I don't think there's anything to forgive.
Well, thanks for out-humbling my humble apology.
That's right. That's how we do it.
All right. Well, I guess we table the idea of bottlenecking them at one portal. I mean, that could still work as a gambit against Azale, right? I didn't say gambit. Phoenix did. Just Dylan.
I mean, I definitely think that we need to get them under control, these portals. We need to be the ones who are controlling the Celestines, and therefore we can potentially manipulate the Arcanus.
And I think we need to get out from under the influence of those who would influence us, including the Arcanus or any of the Celestines. And if that means going to the island of misfit toys where nobody ever comes back from, then so be it.
I mean, if we go there, at least we know that our next stop is going to be a little less mysterious, if not equally as challenging.
All right. Well, I have my reservations to going there, but it is the closest. It is what makes the most sense. We don't need to be
not likely they can follow us or track us or eavesdrop on us. We're going into the darkness, I think, and getting off of their map might be the best thing we can do.
This is true.
Now, a hard right turn into what the fuck was that thing we saw in the mirror standing in front of you?
Who, me? Oh, her.
No, we know who you.
Yeah, me.
Juggling gods like they're girlfriends and you're 22.
That's pretty good.
I'm
just curious what that tendrilled smoke demon was.
I don't know what lies inside of me. There is something, but it's seeping out, but I don't know. I don't know.
Is that the source of your power?
It could be. I mean, a lot of my power is dark. Hence why I haven't used it. It scares me. It's something that I never thought that I'd see myself going here. But I think just the way things have lined up, this is the path that I'm destined to go down.
We had only talked briefly before. I mentioned that I kind of felt my connection to the weave through a patron, through a god. You don't feel that, do you? You feel it more directly.
Yes. I think that I am getting my source of power from something within the weave.
Perhaps you could choose something a little less dark.
I think it's chosen me. I don't think I've chosen it.
I can resonate with that. Sometimes we can't choose these things.
Well, I'm just jumping, between gods like I'm a 22-year-old, whatever. So what do I know?
I just remember I used to work in a brothel. I don't have a lot for metaphors outside of...
That's fine. You're not incorrect.
This darkness has followed me around since I can remember. There's a reason why I'm alone now.
Well, you have our little family here. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is one of the only places that I feel that I can trust.
I've got to say it's strange that, aside from Brian here, I'm the one who grew up with no family and somehow has more family than any of you. I think maybe it's just growing up around people who become found family that I was a little quicker to accept that you guys are kind of my new family. But I hope that you'll all consider, trusting one another a little bit more moving forward.
I'd say so.
It's I know it's difficult, but we're kind of fucked if we don't. So
yeah.
Anyways, let's get drunk.
I agree with Melindra's little group hug.
Do you know, does Ari or does...
No, Grace does. Yeah, Ari would never hug anyone.
For, how far would it be to go back to that museum or that house?
That's on the Isle.
Yeah, it's in Lycena. It's inside the Arcanus.
But what about that other place that we came to, that the worshippers of the Eternal Champion?
That is Mansoor's house.
How far are we from that?
We're 4 days.
Yeah, you're in his house is in Dalipur. It's right outside of Dalipur. It'll roughly take you 3 weeks to get back there. Because remember, that's where you started, and you traveled for quite a while in the desert, hopping from oasis to oasis to get to where you needed to go.
And this is definitely not in the direction of I forget the name.
We're going to
Decidedly not that direction.
Kara-Ur? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, that would be in the opposite direction of Kara-Ur.
Yeah, because we're going south, right?
Karat-Ur.
Karat-Ur.
Well,
Find it.
Does
yeah, I'm
anyone
looking at the map. I don't know what we're talking about.
I see Dalipur, but I don't see.
anyone
it's
here
not on
think
there.
we
Okay.
need more information for Brian's sake about the Eternal Champion, and that
Well, maybe if we share with our kindly host his identity, then maybe he'd be willing to elucidate.
didn't
Phoenix
say
definitely
that.
didn't say that either.
It would lose
Maybe he'd be
mind.
able to describe some of the details that he knows about the Eternal Champion.
Brian, would you be willing to declare this in front of someone, to stand in front of Mansoor and
I
say,
didn't think that. I just didn't think that was that important, and I didn't know for sure. But now that I know for sure, and now that I know it's important to, the mission, then it's important.
I want
Yes.
you to strike your best superhero pose with that spear at your side.
All
And
right.
tell Mansoor when we bring him.
What if he laughs? Sorry, I don't mean to make this harder. He won't laugh. Don't worry.
I don't think he
good.
will. This man has this picture, this portrait in his house.
No, that was at Zada Isle, back home.
Didn't Mansoor also have one though? An image
No,
of
he had a
Just the symbol.
tapestry of the
Tapestry.
affinity symbol for
just the symbol.
Mhm. Yeah.
We'll take our chances. Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys break, and
Yeah.
as you're getting ready to walk back over to where your camp is, Ari, you start to hear the whispers, and they come into I don't know, what would you call that? Wouldn't be focused. That's your eyes. They tune in. There you go.
Yeah.
And you hear the voice of Mazina.
Oh God, fucking damn it! What the fuck does this little bitch want? And that was probably Ari.
Yeah, it probably was. And you hear Mazina asking Sundar, and it's like, so what do you know about these people? Do you see what they did out there? They rose a temple out of the desert, and water gushed up out of it when the dude peed in the fountain. What do you know of them? And like Mansoor, even he was like, yes, my friend, this is far beyond anything that I ever thought would happen. I figured I was taking tourists out into the desert to look at some, odd stones. I never expected anything along these lines to happen. I said, well, my friends, I can tell you one thing. The Arcanus knows that these people are very powerful and important. That's why I'm helping to take them to where they need to go. And this is why we got your services, Mansoor. You are the most well-educated and known guide in the Vezin. This is why we are doing it. I am as in awe as you are of this. And Mazina says, it's almost as if they have divine powers. Oh, I wonder if they're connected to the gods in some kind of way. I bet.
Pull my crossbow and shoot her in the leg.
And then they continue to talk, but it fades out, and you stop hearing what they were saying. It just kind of happened to you. And
maybe I would turn to the group and tell them that they're talking to us.
Wait, are
So
we together
you can-
or are we in our rooms?
We were on our way back there when that happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. There's no rooms. This is just all camp here.
Yeah,
This is-
weren't we going to grab Mansoor and give him a good old show here?
Wait, did I miss something in the week that I was away? Did she tell us she hears voices?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm not surprised then.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so when we got to like one of the first oasis, I was messing around with it.
And she went, "Oh yeah, by the way, I can hear people talking at long
That's
distances."
right. Yeah, you're the reason why Mazina's here in the first place. What's it called, Dylan? That was the same time she told us about the spell. Her ability is when
I
you
was
say
there that week. That's what I'm having issues with.
I was there the week that she arrived, but the week after.
No, that was the week that that Ari let it be known that she could hear.
Oh, right.
voices.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay,
I remember.
And she
I
let
thought
you know that she
must have
could
been something I
see
missed.
in the dark,
Right.
much
Forgot
like a
about
demon of the night.
Also,
Or
it's not my
except-
fault she's here. I'm just the one who accepted her into our ranks.
Well, you like the found family, like you were talking
That is
about.
literally the reason.
You were protecting her, and you did a great job, Phoenix. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Okay, so you guys are done with your little powwow. You go walking back over to the camp, and while Sunder doesn't seem any different, Mansoor, ever since he led you guys back out of the desert to the oasis, he's been strangely quiet, and he's got like a befuddled look upon his face, like he's like confused. And
Is there a campfire?
yeah, do you guys have a campfire?
Yeah, Brian, stand on the other side of the campfire from Mansoor, so the flames are up in front of you.
Does it? Oh, okay.
Give him a good show.
This man knows theatrics. Just give him a chance.
It's necessary, and if I'm going to do it, I'll do it.
Okay, so Mansoor's not saying anything. He's just like busy preparing a meal from, he's rehydrating dried fruits or like meats and stuff, making like a sort of stew now that you have water to do so and whatnot. And he looks up at you guys as you come back in, and Sunder, he's all like, "Did you get everything figured out, my friends?"
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Well,
I
this is
mean,
very good. This is very good. I must say, I am completely happy about what is happening. And since you told us that you did you come clean with Sunder about what happened in there? I guess I should have asked that. We didn't cover that because when we left off, you guys the whole thing came out of the desert. You pissed in a fountain, and then they clapped.
It's Sundar. We'd be notoriously vague as usual with
Right.
him.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. So he doesn't know about the closing of the portal per se, right?
I think we would have told him we closed it. Just
Because
not
he would
how
have
long.
asked.
We did what we came here to do.
Well,
Okay,
right,
so he
yeah.
takes that for what it is.
Unless Brian would have told him.
Out of character, is that what we have done in the past? I thought we were honest with Sundar, but hush hush with Mansoor.
Yeah, that's some of you.
Sundar is Arcanist, and has a
Ari hates Sundar. She finds him very,
okay. There
very pedantic. So,
Well, he does work for the Arcanus. I mean,
yeah.
That's fair.
He's our guy. He's our cast.
he's the
Pyromancer.
he's the representative.
I like Sundar.
Representative of the
I
Arcanus.
like Sundar.
I do intend to talk to him about what I saw in the mirror at some point, so he will be getting.
Yeah, I would give
Okay.
him the debriefing unless you guys stop me.
We all hate the little girl though, right?
Oh yeah,
No,
I hate thieves.
No.
you people are terrible.
I
Thank
had
you.
to stop you from killing her.
Okay. So you get Brian and you put him like it's a pose there. You like Joplin like grabs him and like moves him and like positions him in front of by the fire and goes, "Yeah, right there." And then he runs back out of the way so he's out of the shot.
There you
Wait, before you do anything, I would just say this is rewind, just retcon if I can, that they would have wanted me to get Mazina out of there so she doesn't know this information, this pertinent information, I'm
Sure.
assuming.
You
right?
can try, but she's gonna sneak back. She's gonna hear it anyway. And
I would try. I'd be like, hey, could you come help me with the camel?
Okay, we'll do that first. So Mazina's there and she's like building a little fort out of dates.
You're gonna have to tire.
And she's got another date that she's acting like is a person. Hello, how are you doing?
Wasting dates. Yep. She probably didn't pay for
I'm
me
gonna
either.
eat them.
Hey, just I need help with the camel. I don't know how to feed him. You've been teaching me. everything
Oh,
about
you
this
need me
thing.
to
You
show
think
you how
it's
to feed the camel? I already showed you once, but I'll do it again.
please,
I don't
thank
mind.
You.
Now you gonna pay attention this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Promise.
You should probably let the bird sit on my shoulder while it happens. This way, she's not, bothering you or distracting you. Oh, Ray, you want to sit on my shoulder? No. And she, Ray climbs from one shoulder over onto the other shoulder to put some distance between Ray and her. She goes,
Sorry.
whatever.
Ray is a little fickle.
Okay, Phoenix, come on, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
And she'll take you over to the camels and she'll start showing you how to water and care for a camel.
As I walk away, I go,
Not a bad camel, actually.
wait, do I need to make a stealth roll to see if she didn't notice me? Say you're welcome to everybody else.
Sure.
For fun.
Why do you volunteer to roll? You know
Because he's
better.
a good man. He's a good man. Hold on, let me make a roll.
Success. 5-5.
Yeah, let me.
Well,
Let me make a roll.
suppose, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so you guys go over towards the camels. You position Brian by the fire so he looks like, I don't know, regal.
I gotta have a little flash powder. Just drop a little flash powder into the fire.
You scare Mansoor. Hold on. Does he totally spill the dinner? Yup. The pot goes flying up into the air and the food goes all over the place. What are you doing, my friends? What? Is there a demon? What is happening?
Behold!
Behold what, my friends? Is there what? And he pulls out his one of his daggers. What is this?
Brian, now say something.
What? Say what?
He's all trying to look regal. Why did you do that, my friend? You made me
Mentor,
I
listen.
wasted the food.
Look, we need to talk.
Of course.
The Eternal Champion.
Ah, yes, the Eternal Champion. He pulls up his sleeve and he shows his infinity
Okay, I
tattoo.
thought he had a tattoo, but I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Mhm. Yes.
Hey, hand it
Yes.
back to- What if we told you we found him?
Oh, glorious of days! I knew something was afoot. I knew when the Arcanus sent the likes of you to the Vezin that something was definitely wrong in the world. And after seeing what you did, my God, yes, he's here, isn't he?
Something only the Eternal Champion could do.
Yes.
Well, it looks like I'm the Eternal Champion.
You, my friend.
Yeah. It sounds stupid.
He comes
but
rushing over, drops to the ground, and starts kissing.
I know you
your
wouldn't
feet.
believe me.
Oh,
Stop! You don't need to. Stop
no!
being
Oh
grown.
my lord! Yes,
stop.
you have come. What is it? What do you command your servant? What would you have of me? What is
You're not
wrong?
question
What is
or-
happening in the world?
Test me or anything?
I'm sorry. What?
You're not going to question or test me or anything?
You rose a temple out of the desert. You
Okay,
brought
yeah,
water to
that's
the
what we're
desert.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. We, as a team, did that.
Yes,
With
you are.
me leading, of
As the
course.
stories say,
Yeah.
you're as humble as the stories say that the champion is always.
I haven't read that
Yes.
one, but
Yes.
listen up first. Rise, humble follower.
Yes,
Disciple.
yes, my lord. And he stands
Look,
up.
I don't know too much about this, and obviously you're well versed. Can you tell us anything important that we need to know about?
Anything.
I-
I mean, are you sick, my lord? Do you not remember all your greatness and your deeds and? Oh no. You have come to the right man, my lord. I am as well as a follower, a scholar of the Eternal Champion. I can tell you everything you need to know. Yes.
Well, we should sit by the fire and share some wine and food, and you should tell us.
Yeah, you tell the story. I'll try to salvage this dinner.
Yes. It is a long story. It's a good thing we have all night. Ah, yes. I don't think I'll be able to finish it in one night, but I shall try, my lord. Yes.
Just the important parts.
I shall try, but everything you do is important, my lord.
Sure.
I can understand the confusion. The champion, when he comes back in the body of a regular person. As I'm sure you obviously were at one time. That's why you're confused, am I right?
Yes, confusion.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is said that... Oh, Baboonsky, thank you, sir. It is said
thanks, man.
that
Thanks, Babuchi.
there is always a champion amongst us, somewhere, waiting within the body of some just normal person. And if things require the champion to come forth, then he comes forth, and he will grow in his power, and he will grow in his position until that needs to be done is done. What needs to be done? What are we here for? What is happening? You must tell me, my lord. I am your servant, your blind servant. I will do anything you wish. I will cut myself. Shing! He pulls his knife out.
Don't.
Yes,
What you're doing for us right now is of the utmost importance. You are telling me about me. You're telling us about who I am. That's what we need right now. Maybe that's the key.
Yes, very well. And I just okay. And he goes over and he sits down, and you see Sundar is just kind of sitting over on the other side of the fire, just kind of looking at you. He's got one eyebrow crocked, spocking on you. He's like, "Well, my friend, yes, the elders, they told me some things about you four. Said you're very powerful. I did not expect for you to be Oshira. Interesting.
We're not. Keep that on the, just a little on the quiet.
Well, of course, my friend. I am telling you now that I would not tell another soul. It is not for others to know. It is only for us. But now it makes sense, much of what I've been told. Yes. And after seeing your display in the desert, yes, he's very much, yes. So,
Joplin wants to look around. I want to know where that nosy girl is.
Okay, so we'll switch over to Phoenix and Mazina right quick. So Mazina takes you over to where the camels are all tied up. She starts going through the regular thing and whatnot, and she goes, okay, so this is what we're going to do. And she's just like going through the actions. And she talks about this is how you feed them, and like basically you let them drink their fill, they'll know when they'll stop drinking, blah, blah, so forth and so on. And, she does that for, I don't know, a good 10 minutes, so forth. She's constantly slapping you in the arm. Pay attention.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And then, mind somewhere else. Sorry.
After she goes through everything, then she stops, brushes off her hands, looks at you, crosses her arms, and goes, so, now that you've gotten me away from everyone else so they could talk, do you want to clue me in on what's going on?
No.
Don't tell.
Why not?
But, I mean,
we're not there.
I have a feeling that if you were to share a little bit about your background and what exactly brought you to come and join us, they might feel a little better about sharing that stuff with you. I trust you. I mean, otherwise
I've been nothing but honest, Phoenix. I can't help it that they don't trust me.
I just mean that if you were maybe, I feel like maybe you haven't told us everything about your past and what brought you to join us here.
I was running from an immortal and his guards, and you just so happened to be the closest diversion.
But why exactly did you think we were safe? You knew we were heading out into the middle of
because you were dressed up to be untouchables. You had the plague, the wasting disease. I mean, what better place than hide amongst a bunch of people pretending to have the wasting disease? That's a stroke of genius. Whoever thought of that was smart.
I think that was Mansour. He is a smart guy.
He's a smart guy, yeah. So,
okay.
But you're still going to take me back with you to Lysenna and show me this Ekitar, right? You promised me that you would take me, right?
I will. I just need to warn you that I think the next place we're going is someplace that a lot of people don't return from. And I don't know.
Where's that? Where are you going?
I don't know. I never heard of it, but apparently it's pretty deadly. And
Oh, pretty deadly. Deadlier than the desert? I don't know about that. This is a pretty deadly place, especially if you don't have water. You just die.
yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem where we're going, but I don't think it's a safe place for you to go with us.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
I'm not trying to get rid of you. I just think
It
that
sounds like
maybe
you're trying to
you
get rid of me.
Okay,
Everybody,
try it.
everybody's trying to
stop.
get rid of me.
That's-
I'm just a little girl.
Those are clearly crocodile tears. I'm
Yes,
not.
of course they are. Are they working?
No,
God damn it!
I'm looking out for your best interest here. I don't want you to end up dead on some island.
I'm not going to
I'm not
end
even-
up dead. I am fully capable. I killed those two. Is it time to go back?
I think maybe it is, but I don't think we're gonna finish where we left off. And I grab her by the wrist and I start dragging her back to the group.
All right, ow!
Unless she's
easy.
gonna resist.
No,
I
she's not
mean.
resisting. She's like, easy.
Okay.
Why are you doing that?
Come on.
That's hard.
And I'll approach the group and say, I've just discovered a fun fact about our friend Funky Cold Mazzino over here.
Oh, I like that. You can now all call me Funky Cole Mazzina.
And it turns out she, I don't have much details. She's going to have to fill in the rest, but she's killed 2 people.
What?
Well, it had to be done. I mean,
I doubt that.
You've killed people.
yeah.
Who?
Are you still holding on to her arm, Phoenix?
Yes.
Well, she just, like, with her arm in yours, so she, like, pushed her chest out. You know, people that needed killing. That's all.
Oh,
Nobody needs killing.
Well,
I mean,
Oh, I beg to differ. I've known plenty of people that probably need a good killing.
we literally just killed ourselves last night. I don't know what. Sometimes people literally need killing. I don't know why we're arguing on this point. We've done it.
Exactly. Listen to Phoenix. He knows what he's talking about. You can let go, by the way.
No.
no,
Oh,
no, you can't let go.
Not that you're going anywhere out here without us, but
Exactly. You have to take me back to Lysena. You said you promised.
I will. It just might not be right away. But
We can't take her with us. We gotta send her back now.
I think
Give her a
there.
backpack and some water and send her north.
That is
Well,
so
we'll at least take her
mean.
back to the nearest oasis to civilization, if not all the way back, right? I mean, we're not going to leave her out here.
I think we're close
That's
enough
the
right here.
compromise.
And this is what she.
Next door.
Well, you know, if you have to take me back to anywhere, my mom lives in Dalapur, so if you want to take me back to Dalapur, I guess you could do that.
Your mother.
Your mother?
Yeah, my mom.
I
Your
thought you were
mom-
a street urchin. You were going to be.
Well, yeah, I'm that too. My mom lives on the street too, but you know.
Mansoor.
Christ.
Yes, my lord.
What? Don't do that. Listen.
Of course, my lord.
What about people who've killed? What's the rule of this land?
Oh, death is a very serious crime. Those who kill people unwarranted is almost as bad as peeing in an oasis.
I expect that rule is going to change considering the information
it-
I
provided.
think I'm the exception. It's a chicken and egg situation. here.
Depending on the situation, you know.
This girl has killed 2 people.
Well, we don't know what the she may have been justified in that. We don't know.
I don't know what
and-
you're talking about.
And we can't kill her twice to get, make it all.
I'm a
even.
little girl. You would kill a little girl, and she looks at Mansoor. There's got to be laws against that, isn't there, Mansoor? And he goes, "What? Yes,
A
there are."
thief and a murderer.
I have stolen
Listen.
nothing.
We should just leave her here. We owe her nothing.
No, we are not leaving her here.
That's right, Phoenix, tell them.
She isn't some helpless little girl, obviously.
She's
Look, what is the law?
just as helpless as any
Find
human
out.
being would be out here in the middle of the fucking desert. Are you kidding? You want to leave her out here? Come on.
Brian,
Yes.
you might be right. What is the law? Is there a? Can we try her for her crimes?
Who did she kill?
This is some sort of
I'll look
kangaroo
her-
court.
Kangaroo court.
Boing, boing, boing.
Anyways,
Mansoor's
Mansoor,
like,
what is the law?
Well, it depends. Who did she kill? What is the circumstances?
What is the process? Do we decide, or do we bring her to an immortal?
Well, an immortal could pass judgment on her, but we are not here. This is the Vezin. The Vezin has its own laws, and those are tribal laws. Depends on who she killed and for what reason. I mean, one defending one's own property or one's own life is well within their rights to do it. One defending an oasis or the foods of the desert are well within their right to kill another.
So you tell us now, why did you kill 2 people?
Because you guys wanted me to.
What? I don't recall asking anything.
You were saying they're following us. They're going to do something. They're here to do something to us. And we should just kill them now. You all talked about doing it. I just did it.
Oh, we got a little psychopath with us.
Killed those 2 people lying in their beds.
Well, what better way to kill them? The best way to kill someone is when they're not expecting it.
Oh, so you ruined my joke.
You had a joke?
Well, if they had lived, it was going to be funny.
Oh, okay. So I killed the Kulasti. Yeah, I did it. You guys were going to do it. You were talking about killing them yourselves.
Would we turn
it
over to the other tribe for trial?
That's when Mensu goes, oh, the Kawada aren't going to care that she killed Kulasti.
Well, no, the whoever's left from her tribe. Are they all gone now?
Yeah, because remember, those were the guys that were left. There wasn't 2, there was 3.
Yeah, I was going to clarify that.
There was 3 of them, so that is, yeah. Those were the 3 Kuluisti that, remember it was the second oasis you guys went to. There was a camp of Kawada and a camp of Kuluisti tribesmen. And during the night, they fought. Yeah. And the next day, those 3 Kuluisti tribesmen were following you guys. And they're like, hey, we're just going to the next oasis. We can't help it that's where you're going. And then you guys were all like, we should totally kill those sons of bitches. And then that night, the fog let in.
But all I was doing was getting a note on their thing, and it was going to make them fight with the other tribe, and yeah, Kawada watching you, and then they ended up dead.
Well, this is a real sticky wicket that we got ourselves in here.
And she looks up at you, Phoenix, with these big saucer eyes, and goes, "Did I do wrong, Phoenix? All I was trying to do was
shut up."
Look, I will not pass judgment, but...
Well, you should this time.
The ones who are in charge of this land should. Whether it be immortals or whether it be the tribesmen of those that she's wrong.
Yeah, we don't know that those people weren't going to kill us. I mean, we know they weren't going to kill us. That would have been hilarious if those guys killed us. We just killed ourselves.
We shouldn't.
Sorry, that was confusing. That kind of became... circuitous, but I just mean that
cannot preemptively kill people. Phoenix, we kill everyone. But
we've done it before. We killed pirates because we thought they were probably going to kill us.
Ooh, you killed pirates, Phoenix?
I stepped on their heads. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Well,
I mean, Brian wasn't too happy about that either. So
I just like you guys. I only kill those people that need killing.
Oh, see, I don't like it when you say that.
That was a crime on Zada Isle. And those in charge, well, there were different laws.
Well, you said that these guys were trying to kill you, so you just killed them first.
Oh, God.
I did it for all of us.
My standing is the law of the desert, whatever that may be. That's my vote.
I have another possible suggestion.
Can the bird fly her away?
No, that's not an option. I don't know why you'd think that was an option.
I was hoping.
My bird is very small. It's a small bird.
Ray hops around on your shoulder to the other shoulder.
I was just thinking that since we have Mansoor as a guide now, perhaps Sundar would take her back to the Arcanus.
I still don't know why we feel like we have to.
It is my order to do as you wish.
I mean,
well, I am the representation of the Arcanus here. If you wish me to go back to the Arcanus and give them a report, and then I shall bring this child with me, I will do so.
I'm not saying she gets to go free when she gets there. I just think the Arcanus would make the just decision, and perhaps it would stay her execution at the very least. I just feel a little bit responsible for bringing this child into this in the first place. I don't think she would have killed those people if I hadn't dragged her into this party.
If I remember correctly, the one that was talking the most about killing them was, she points at Joplin.
I was doing the joke.
Bad joke.
I was doing the note. I was trying to slip it into their, or whatever.
The way I remember it, Joplin, is that was the secondary option after nobody else wanted to kill him.
No, I didn't want to.
I was on your side, Joplin. I said that, yeah, we should do this.
I'm going to put just a bolt right in her leg.
Are you going to shoot her?
I won't.
Okay.
I think we should just wash our hands of this. We're the only people who know what happened. It doesn't matter. What stays in the desert is in the desert, but we can just go our separate ways.
So we've got
it's not up for
four different options.
Or I can't do that.
It's not up for us to rain hell on this little girl. This was
exactly. And besides that, Phoenix promised that he was going to take me back to Lysenna.
I did say that, and I'm not very good at going back on promises.
So there you go. We should all go back to Lysenna. That'd be fun.
That's not going to happen.
The mission. Sundar, if you want to take her back and everyone agrees that that would fulfill the most promises.
Well, Sun does bring up a good point. We should make a report.
Yeah, and Ray's staying with us at this point. I still don't really know the significance of this bird, but it was the one who started talking to me before I started hearing the voices up here.
The Arcanist needs to know that we have closed the first portal and that we're journeying to the next portal, though let's not be specific about which one that is.
I mean, it would allow me to fulfill my promise that I know none of you have to honor, but it would mean a lot to me if you'd let me honor my promise to Mazina. And it also allows Brian to see that she has a trial, and it allows Ari to tell her to fuck right off. And
yeah,
I mean, Joplin, you seem to be somewhere in the middle of all three of those. I mean, plus you seem to be a little twitchy on the trigger right now with that crossbow at your side.
I promise not to shoot her yet.
I'm fine with all of those. I think it's a good idea. I support this.
All right. Well.
Okay, everybody give me a notice roll.
Oh no.
Am I about to get stabbed by a little girl?
Probably.
It's not a little
girl. You're protecting.
What are you talking about?
Blind friend.
She's a little girl. She's like 10 years old. What are you talking about?
Except
You're
my
afraid of
wife
a
died as an
10-year-old?
11.
Oh.
Ooh.
What is she really?
Ooh. So it was a 14 and an 18.
Holy crap. So this is what happens. This discussion's going back and forth, and you guys just Ari all of a sudden just goes and like leans back, her eyes like roll back in her head for a second.
Yeah.
I was right.
You feel as if the entire night crashes down on you, Ari. Engulfs you, smothers you, totally blocks out the fire, all the light around you. Everyone that is around you talking, all the voices die down into nothingness. And you are in complete blackness. That blackness then starts to change and take on different shapes, different textures of deeper, darker shadows and lighter shadows in different darkness. And the world that you were sitting at around the fire all starts to come to a dark version of it. It's almost as if the entire world that was around you was just doused in black paint. The plants are next to you, they're dark. The fire is crackling in front of you, it is complete blackness. And you see shadows start to move through the foliage in the oasis, coming closer. There's many figures, 15, 20 figures, circling around this encampment as everyone's talking back and forth about things and talking about the fate of this little girl, this poor innocent thing. I had to say that. And as they come closer, you look and you can see them. You can see them as if, they're just you feel their presence, and you can. That's when we're going to go to break.
Makes sense.
I was only going to make myself one more gin and tonic, but now I'm going to bring the whole bottle back here.
There you go. There you go. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a really quick break, and then we're going to get back and see what the hell just happened to Ari, and if they're really going to kill a little girl.
I hope so.
I don't think we're going to. I'm not going to.
I'm joking. I don't really care to kill her. I just want her gone.
Just name her. Leave her in the desert to die slowly. Something like that. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, everybody. We're back. How are you? Did you like that? That was my suave look.
Everybody thinks we're talking about murder here. I'm reading the chat.
Of course you guys are. You're talking about killing a little girl.
We're not talking about killing a little girl. We're talking about putting her on trial appropriately.
They're talking about killing her, guys. Don't let them fool you. All right. Excellent. All right, everybody. We are back. Thank you for sticking around for the second half of Tales of
Joplin only ever wanted to wound her. That's it. Just he wanted to
yes, because wounding somebody and leaving them in the desert is far from killing them.
Totally
it is. In Joplin's mind.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Quite a big difference, as a matter of fact.
Okay. So let's pick up where we left off. Ari's sitting there in, dare I even say, a shadow realm of some sort. What the? And these people are closing in around your camp. And you hear oh, there you are. Yeah, I wonder where the hell you've been. And you take a look down, I guess, because was Ari standing or was she sitting down when this happened? It doesn't really matter.
She would have been standing.
Okay, so you look down to your right, and there at your knee is a black with red eyes, like imp. You know how long I've been looking for you. Oh, man, it's been a long time. Ugh.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, he's looking right up at you.
Oh.
I think he just got a pet.
Apparently so. What do you mean you've been looking for me?
Oh, mistress, stop playing all that. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, maybe you don't know. Yeah. Oh, you are the mistress of the dark. Yeah. Of the night. Yeah. I'm your servant. Anyway, so, yeah.
Have you watched Disenchantment at all?
No.
Oh, damn it. It reminds me of
Am I ripping somebody off subconsciously? Because it could totally happen.
I mean...
This is my favorite character of the whole game so far. I'm really in love with him.
What do you mean you're my servant? What? How?
What? Well... The word servant basically means someone who serves. So
that's not what I'm talking about.
I didn't realize, I didn't know, just, yeah.
Don't insult me like that.
Oh, sorry, mistress. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are you supposed to serve me in this realm?
Well, you're right about that. I'm kind of stuck in this one. You got to call me forth, but don't do it during the day. Ow, that would suck. Anyway, so yeah. Now that I found you, everything's gonna be good.
I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. I don't even know what.
Oh, thank you. That's yeah, I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah. So, what are we doing? Why are you hanging out with these bozos?
They're helping me get what I need. What do you mean? What am I doing?
Oh, what do you need? What? I can help you. That's my job. I'm your servant.
I don't think you can help me with.
Oh, you don't think I can help you? I am wounded, madam. Totally.
I need protection.
Yeah, I could. Well, so long as you're here, I can help you. But yeah, I can't help you in the real world, unless you call me during the night. Got to make sure it's nighttime.
How do I call you?
Well, you just say my name. Say, hey, come help me, and I'll pop up.
What's your name?
Well, that's the other sticky wicket. It's whatever you want it to be. Because you're the mistress, I'm just a servant of you. So
Lucky Malenry's in the chat,
right?
I don't think he's active right now.
Yeah, she might not be. Yeah, I really just do what you tell me to. So you call me what you want to call me, and I just agree that that's my name. It's kind of like one of the downsides of the whole deal, but one's got to do what one's got to do.
Can I reach out and touch him? Can I grasp him?
Yeah, you gonna reach down and touch him? How are you gonna touch him? You gonna?
I just want to see maybe on a shoulder or something.
Okay, you reach down and touch his shoulder because he's only 2 feet tall tops.
Right. Yeah.
You reach down and touch his shoulder. He's like, touch the other one.
I don't know what to name this guy. Sorry.
Oh, you gotta name me. I mean, how are you supposed to call me? I can't help you if you don't name me. Oh man,
last thing Back Don said was these bozos.
Yeah.
That's what I would call them.
Well, fine, I guess. Well, hey, what?
Malenry, don't say that name one more time. You've already said it twice.
I don't know what Scarabgen is.
No, she said the B word.
I know she said that. I don't know what Scarabgen.
Bozo? She said bozo twice. Anyway, he's like, it all starts to fade and go back to normal. And he's still talking, but his voice starts sounding farther and farther away. Oh, well, all right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later.
All right.
And then it all goes back to now you're sitting in front of the fire and you're with your friends talking about killing the kid.
I'm going to grab, as if she's falling backwards, I'm going to grab her hand. All right, are you all right?
At no point did I say killer.
And
yeah.
And Joplin, you hear motion coming through the foliage and the ferns and everything and all those around you from the oasis, and you start to see these dark figures coming into the firelight. And as they get closer, you see that they're the Kawada in their black robes, and each one of them has like a bowl or a wicker basket or something along these lines with things in them, food and or clothing, gold, things along these lines. And they come up and they come within the ring of the fire. They all start kneeling down and they place all these gifts onto the desert, and they all bow their heads down and say, "We bring offerings to the great ones of Yazul. You are obviously his servants. You have brought water to the desert. We are now your humble servants."
I'm very
And that whole clan that whole clan of the Kawada tribesmen that were on the other side, they're now circling you, putting gifts onto the ground around you.
This is too much.
Phoenix, I think they're talking about you. One who.
No, I don't think I did anything.
And the one guy that you noticed that Mansoor talked to, who was obviously the chief, he does one of these. He gets up and he goes back down. Oh, great servants of Yuzul, we speak of all of you. You are obviously the children, the destined, the divine ones sent from Yuzul. You've come. Are you here to help us in our tribe to finally defeat the Kulisti? You bring water to the desert. Obviously, you're holy and gods or messengers from Yuzul.
Yeah, listen, obviously we know who Yuzul is, but we want to make sure you're not some sort of losers here. So you should probably explain everything you know about Yuzul to prove to us that you are true servants of Yuzul.
Yes, what he said.
They say, hey, tell us, because we don't know. I'm the sly. He goes, Yuzul, the brooding god.
Yeah, I know. Quit saying like I don't know. Obviously, I know.
Yes, well, obviously you must be his servants. Why? How else could you have brought a temple from out of the depths of the sand and brought water to the desert? You are obviously the chosen ones. You've come here to lead us in our crusade against the Kulisti, to show that we are right, that our way of worship of the god is right, is correct.
Ooh, did we just accidentally start some sort of apartheid or something,
I don't know about apartheid, but
Phoenix, I think it depends on the things you say next.
we asked for your forgiveness. We had men following you to keep an eye on you, to see what you were doing in the desert. We did not know who you were. We did not know that you served Yuzul. But when they came back and they told us that you had risen an ancient temple from out of the sands and brought water to the... You must be from Yuzul.
Phoenix.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
You said that they sent people to watch us.
Yes.
Were those the people that Mazina killed?
No. Those were Kulistis. These are the Kawada. Yeah, and basically you came to this oasis before you went further into the desert and found the temple. So these are the last guys that you talked to. So basically what he's saying is, after you guys stopped here, they sent some dudes following you to keep an eye, see what you were doing. And so
we have
they saw you raise a temple out of the desert and bring water to it. And so those guys hightailed it back, said, brothers, messengers from the god.
Hey, just to be clear, I mean, the whole chosen ones, is there like some sort of details that you guys would be able to share with us about what those chosen ones might look like?
No, we are here for you to command. Obviously.
Right, cool.
When do we go against the Khaleesi? We will send out riders to the other
tribes.
Actually. We can band them together within a fortnight and have a fighting force which will be substantial to take the war to them. We will destroy them and drive them from out of the basin.
You know what? Yuzul really wants you guys to make amends with the...
That's what the temple is for. It's
a meeting ground.
Yes, safe sanctuary ground for both your tribes.
He doesn't expect it to happen overnight, but he wants you guys to meet and work out a treaty that would allow you to end the war and all the killing.
And no blood shall be spilt on that temple's ground, or the water will go away.
And the desert will swallow you up and all of your kin.
You must come with us to speak to the prophets. The prophets must know. They told
us
that
the prophets know. They probably know, right?
They
told us that there would be strangers coming to the desert and we were to watch out for them.
Yeah, and we were told to not meet with any prophets because it would show favoritism.
But you must come with us. You must tell them.
They should probably take the resources they left here too, because I see some gold in these baskets.
Yes, it is for you.
No, it could.
Here, and he pulls out a big old thick chain. This is for you. And this, and he brings out a sack. You hear it ching, ching, silver and some gold.
This should be used to build a something at the temple that.
Ari, what do you, Brian? You guys have must have some great ideas about how these people could share our god Yuzul's gifts with the Kallisti.
But how are we supposed to convince the Kallisti?
This is the difficult part of your journey. That is just, and your journey is a long one. That it's just beginning.
But if you could only speak with the prophets just for a little while, and we will go and we will get them. We will bring them back here so they can see what you have done, the miracle that you've brought to the desert.
Where you should bring them to the temple, and we will join you when the stars are aligned.
That is a great idea. When the stars align.
If that is what you wish, then...
Yeah. When I mean.
We will go tonight.
No. Wait. When the stars align, God, this guy is such a quick fucking hair trigger.
He's telling his guys, quick, blah 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 blah. Go get your camels, ride. And some guys go running off into the oasis.
Great. Okay, we got a big meeting tonight.
When the stars align,
allow us to. We've prepared a feast for all of you.
Well.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
This doesn't sound bad. No, I could.
Can we just say no favoritism?
Well, yeah, but they're talking about a feast. That seems like it'd be rude.
We are sharing. We will then give alike to the Kallisti feast.
Yes,
comparable to the one they give us.
We have slaughtered a camel specifically for the purpose of the celebration.
Oh, gross. I mean, cool, thanks.
No fish.
I've seen that. It's kind of gross. Yeah, in real life. It's pretty gross.
That's a big deal, too, for them to kill a camel, yeah. So.
Keep them away from Hudson.
And this is when Mizina pops up and she goes, yeah, you guys should tell them what they should do. Yeah. Because you guys are, your Yuzul sent you. You're the prophets of the god, right? Prophets don't kill kids.
Oh, shut up.
And kids don't kill other people.
You are correct.
Right. Awesome.
So you guys gonna go? You guys gonna go over and eat?
I mean, the food sounds all right.
We must put it to a godly vote.
I'm a little uncomfortable just taking all of their money and trinkets. I was hoping I could find.
These are for you. These are. You are the representatives of Yuzul. We must, yes.
And
everything that is ours is for you.
I'm slapping Mizima's hand out of the basket. No, it's already headed.
Well, she can't get to the basket because fucking Phoenix is still holding on to her wrist.
Yeah.
But she's like squirming on you and whatnot.
I'm doing one of those like sort of like the not like quite jostling her, but just like occasionally going like, just stop.
Okay. And then she'll wait like a couple of seconds, then she tries again.
You maybe should save your food and share your bounty.
Mansoor
goes,
it would be an honor to.
They already killed the camel. It's
for us to partake of your feast.
Right.
Yeah,
it's the least that we could do.
We can't unring that bill.
Yeah, he's like shaking his head, looking at you guys.
Okay, let's let there be food or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
And we speak all evening of peace with their enemies.
Joplin, Phoenix, you are more than welcome to go. Ari, did you want to go, or shall you and I stand back?
We can set a good example and change the future of this area.
I agree. Perhaps you two should go with Kawada, and I and Ari will go to the Kallisti in time.
You hear one of the Kawada that's got his head down. He like leans over, and you hear him. He thinks he's whispering, but he's all like, "See, they fight amongst themselves just like us in the Koisti."
We are a celestial metaphor for fucking everything up. Okay. Yes, I think that is what we have been sent here to do.
Then yes, Joplin, go into East and speak of peace. That is the new age.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want us to bring you anything back?
No.
You don't want to bring you back a little bit of camel?
Yeah, a little camel leg, camel toe.
Brian is saying no. I know what Ari wants to add.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that this place will not give me any sort of power, so I do not care what happens in this place. I don't care to go with them.
Okay, so Ari and Brian will stay at the camp.
Yep.
Xena goes with us so that Ari doesn't kill her.
Yes. And Mansoor and Sunder will come with you to the feast as well. Okay. All right, so that's what happens. You guys go over. They are just prostrating themselves in any way to try and just serve you. And, you know, they got a big old cooked camel going on and all kinds of like fruits and all this different stuff. And, you know, a couple of people are playing some music and, you know, yeah, they're rolling out the desert red carpet for you all there. Okay. And then
at some point I would want to pull Sundar aside and just describe the person I saw in the mirror to him and ask if it sounded familiar.
Okay. I have one question though. What are you going to do with Mazina when you take her over there?
She'll come with me. I don't care.
Are you going to let go of her?
No, she'll come with me.
Tie a rope to her.
Yeah, she'll come with
like,
you.
But
when you get over there, you just like pulling her around. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye on her.
She stays close to you pretty much, and she's eating and all this different stuff. Okay, so you pull Sunder aside, and you explain to him who you saw.
Yeah, I would just describe the man that I saw in my reflection, the sort of the thin, sort of emaciated Indian man, I believe is what I saw, right? And ask him if, racially kind of like, hey, you know that guy, right?
Yeah.
All these Indians know each other, right?
And he says to you, he says, well, my friend, I've been wanting to talk to you, or at least some of you, about what I've been seeing going on here, and I will say this much. I do believe that you are connected to Anurag in some sort of way. You're receiving the prayers.
Guy you were...
Yes, and Anurag is who you saw.
That's who I saw?
Yes, the martyr god, the one who takes the troubles of others upon himself, so that they do not have to deal with them. The prayers that you've been receiving in the night and through your bird, and now you say you're hearing them in your head.
You're more experienced with this whole Arcanus magic stuff. Does that mean that somehow... they all saw people. We haven't gone all the details, and I don't think it's my place to tell you who they saw.
No, my friend.
See ourselves.
It is obvious. All of you are connected to the Ashira.
The what now?
The Ashira. The gods.
Yeah. No, I knew that. I did know that, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Did you know that?
If it's not
there's been 16-ton weights worth of hints dropped around, but I don't know if anybody's actually come to that conclusion to say that. Yeah, you guys just pretty much said that Brian is the eternal champion, and Brian said that, and the eternal champion is an Oshira. He's a god.
Oh, neat.
Does this mean that I'm I don't know, what's the word, reborn?
I don't know, my friend, but I do not know. I am very much looking forward to going back to the Arcanus and telling them everything that I have learned.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's worth noting. You guys didn't tell Sundar who you saw in the mirror, did you?
Well, you guys have been. Well, no, because when you were talking. But
I just told him that we all saw something other than us in the mirror, and that I told him who I saw, but I didn't tell him your stuff.
But he was around when Brian proclaimed to be the eternal
champion. That's true, right?
Yep. So he knows a couple of people, but that's it.
And he has ideas for the others. So there you go.
Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to know. I guess that doesn't really tell me anything about who I'm channeling right now, but
well, it's obvious, my friend. Me, but for one reason or another, you are very close to Anurag.
Yeah, he said as much, but I don't know that. I mean, does that mean I am?
I have no idea, my friend. None. But it is very interesting.
I'll think on it tonight. See if I can try and reach out to him instead of the people who are trying to talk to him. See if maybe I get a voice back.
Yes. Let me know how that turns out for you.
Well, go enjoy the feast. I'm sorry to take you away from the
So that's what happens the rest of the night. Is basically you guys go over there, you feast, you have a good time. Brian and Ari are at the other camp.
I tell Brian what the fuck happened to me.
Oh yeah. We kind of got
we didn't see anything happen from our point of view, did we?
You just saw her basically like go into a trance for like it was really quick, a couple of heartbeats, and then she came out of it. When, pretty much the same time Brian came over to help her. Was it Brian or was it Phoenix? It was Brian that came over to make sure. Yeah, then
I tuned you guys out that way a couple of times a session. So.
I know. So yeah.
Wait, so like a spirit, some type of like gargoyle, some type of homunculus. I don't know. Sounds familiar. But
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, he said that he was my servant and that he's here to help me, and that I would just need to call him to this realm.
Okay. And it seems benevolent enough.
I would assume so. I don't have any reason to think otherwise.
As crazy as it seems, this sounds like the first bit of good news we've had. Having a ally, as dubious as it seems loyal enough to you. Can you call now? It's dark, and you told me that he didn't want to summon during the day. The moon is hot. You try.
I mean, I guess suppose I'll try. I don't have a name still.
Kind of need one. Do you want to ask? I know. Do you want to ask chat?
Sure.
I still like these bozos, but whatever.
I mean, I like bozo. I mean,
you can call him bozo. That's fine. It's up to you.
Or if you wanted to be clever, you just go with bozos.
Bozos.
Yeah, bozos.
We'll do that. Bozos.
Yeah. Okay, so give me a basically a spell casting roll. Actually, no. Give me a spirit roll.
Spirit roll.
Spirit roll. Okay. So I rolled a 5.
That's a success.
Okay.
So tell me what you do.
Humana.
There you go. See, it's canon. That's how you cast.
Stop making it canon.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that I would probably do my best to kind of replicate what happened when I slipped into it. So I don't know, kind of try to disassociate. I don't know for sure, and just call him out.
You're gonna meditate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And then.
And meditate on his figure and his name of Bozos.
Okay, and then tell me what you say. I'm putting you on the spot. You're not getting off that easy.
I guess it would be out loud, I think, and it would just be like.
Melindre says maybe Scrag as the name. Or
She's yelling at us, Scrag.
That sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
I don't know why, but she really is pushing Scrag. But Scrag or Bozos? You can decide.
All right. Well, we're gonna stick with Bozos because I think at this point it's too late.
Okay.
I don't know what Scrag is.
You know this delay tactic isn't working. You still have to say what you're gonna say.
I'll say. You told me all I had to do was call you. I'm calling out to you right now to come to this realm.
You're not going to drop his name in that?
Oh, Bozos. Yes, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, do it one more time.
This
Put
is
it
why
all
I'm not
together
a
for me.
magic user.
Bozos, I am speaking out to you. You told me to call your name. Come to this realm.
And Malinre is triggered.
Okay, so there's like a puff of like it's like a Nightcrawler from the X-Men, a puff of black smoke.
Oh,
and
how big is he? Size of a cat?
Well,
Like
he's small. He's just under 2 feet tall. He's just a little guy. He's got little black wings and kind of like a little misshapen. He's got like the goat-like almost sort of without fur legs, and he's got little talons on his fingers, and he's got red glowing eyes, and he poofs into existence in front of Art. He goes, there you go, Bozos. That's really all right. I guess that's what we're going with. I would kind of preferred Scrag, but all right, fine. We will go with Bozos then. All right.
Scrag does sound a little familiar, but
I'm here to serve you, my mistress of the night. Hey, how's it going? He's looking at you now, Brian.
why are you so loyal to Ari?
All right, I'll do it again. Hold on. Imagine I appear. Poof. All right. Oh, I am here to serve you, oh mistress of the night. Your servant,
I would bonk him on the
Bozos.
head.
Ow! Okay. Ouch. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Answer what Brian is asking.
Oh, this guy. All right.
Why,
What-
sir?
I'm sorry. What was your question again? I forgot already.
Why do you serve?
She's the mistress of the night. You don't know
Sir.
that? Your servants are not really all up to date on who you are they?
He's not my servant.
Oh, he's not? He looks like a servant.
You are my servant.
You got that right. I'm here to serve you. 100%. I'm loyal to you.
What?
Her name is Elvoxia.
What?
You guys can give me a common knowledge roll.
I'm not there.
Please.
And that
Oh, my.
includes you, Ari. Ari and Brian can both give it. That's a success.
I got a 4 as well.
Okay. Elvoxia, Brian, as far as you know, is a bad guy in a lot of the stories you read.
Oh.
She is the mistress of the night, the goddess of darkness. She's
Elvoxia.
Elvoxia. She's Oshira. She's a god.
It seems that there are many layers to us. All right.
Yeah. So do I gotta do what this guy says too, or just you? Oh, mistress.
Just me. You're loyal to me, but you will not cross him.
No, look at him. He's big. He's got the smell of Oshira on his ass. I don't want to have anything to do with that guy. No. Nuh-uh. Nope.
What can you do to serve her?
Well, it depends. What do you need?
What are you capable of? Can you?
All kinds of stuff. I'm a big and important kind of guy. Well, I had to tell you the truth. I'm kind of the bottom of the barrel. Elvoxia, she's my mistress here hasn't been around for a while, so there's not been around. Most of our other servants are kind of gone, and there's only a handful of us left. But I'm loyal, and I'm still here. You're a servant. What was it again? Bozos.
And how do I get a different servant when you drive me insane?
Oh, I'm sorry, my mistress. I'm the only one left. I think I said that. Did I not? I
Said
think
a handful were scattered about.
Oh, I don't know what those guys are at.
Hmm.
Maybe if you
Well,
call them. But only call me during the night. I can't do it during the day. So what do you want me to do? You want me to cook you something? Rub your feet? Do your laundry? What do you want? What do you need? What do you need?
Can you fight?
Can I fight? Well, of course. I'm a night demon. That's all night demons can fight. He's like doing the pugilist stance. He's got his fists up. Yeah. See? Now you see it.
Ferocious. Can you cast magic as your night mistress?
Well, of course I can. Yeah, a little bit. Well, not a lot. Not really. Just a tad.
I need the straight truth.
Well, I just told you, sort of. Yeah, a little bit. I can blend into the night. There, how about that? That's. Yeah, I could do that.
You can remain undetected?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I can do.
Good. All right, that's good.
I'm tempted to send him to follow Phoenix and Joplin.
Okay, I'll be back. He just starts walking away.
Dear God, I need to figure out how to get rid of him.
You only just got him. Why would you want to get rid of him?
I really hope that he isn't hiding himself because she didn't say that.
I mean, I didn't even get a chance to say anything.
He did what
I'm
you told
really
him.
hoping a demon just strolls into this dinner party.
But he is an ally of sorts, so...
Yeah, I'm sure they'll know that immediately.
Okay.
That we would know that. A little.
I would hope that he would know that that's what I wanted, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
He does.
But
It's just funny to imagine him just walking
Right.
and like, hey,
Yeah. Just
supposed to
like,
be watching you.
Okay, so was there anything else during the night, or are you guys good?
I would bust out the violin probably, play them a few tunes.
Okay. All right.
But other than that, that'd be it.
Okay, so the rest of the night goes. You guys have fun. You eat up. I assume you go back to your camp.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sleeping in
Before
that
they
camp
go
with
back to
people.
your camp, you guys are just chilling at your camp, doing whatever you're doing. Like a half hour before the other guys show up, Bazos comes back. All right, I watched them. Anything else? It's getting close to, I need a break.
Was there anything of usefulness?
Oh, they're eating and drinking and playing the fiddle and stuff like that. They're having a good time.
Were you able to listen to anything the tribes?
Oh, you wanted me to listen to what? You just said watch. I watched everything, and I saw what they were doing. I wasn't really listening, though.
Bonk on the head and say,
Ow!
wait until you get a full order.
Well, they're coming back. Do you want me to hide here and listen? I can do that. You want me to?
No.
No. All right, I won't do that then.
Fuck.
Nothing else? Oh, mistress?
No, I don't need anything from you right now.
All right. Can I go? I'm kind of bored.
I don't care if
Go
you're
before
bored.
we get there.
Hey!
He disappeared. And
I would probably do that too, yeah.
a couple of heartbeats after he disappears, the rest of the group comes back into the into the camp. Okay, so you guys are going to camp.
So much
that
fun
night.
with that guy.
Yeah, so you guys will camp that night. You're going to try and tune into the worship.
Yeah, well, I am. I'm going to try and even beyond that, I'm going to see if I can reach out to. I don't have my notebook here, so I don't have.
You're going to make me open it up. I make these.
Yeah, I don't know
guys
where
up,
it went.
Anurag.
Anurag, thank you. I'm going to try and reach out and see if I can get like a signal.
Give me a spirit. Give me a spirit roll.
Okay. That was how I spent my most recent upgrade, was increasing my spirit. So hopefully it pays off. It didn't. I'm going to spend a Benny.
There you go.
And re-roll that.
Double ones.
Oh no!
I'm going to spend another Benny to re-roll. I can't believe this, but I can't leave it with
There
two
you go.
ones.
You got a
There you
6.
go.
So this is what happens. you're trying really hard, and probably the reason that you didn't work out so well is because you're trying to reach Anurag. You're looking for Anurag, and as you open yourself up to this, you're getting bombarded with prayers again, and you're trying to push those out. You don't want to hear them. And you try, and you just can't. You can't reach this Anurag, and eventually all these prayers start flooding in. And again, it's the same thing with people. They're unloading their burdens on you. It's like, oh, my feet. I don't think I can go another day. It's that sort of thing. Are you going to do like you did before, where you're going to talk to them, talk back to some of them?
And as I go through the night, I'm just going to try and, as subtly as Phoenix can, try and pry for information about Anurag.
Oh yeah, Anurag is the martyr
sort of the
god.
same way I did with the not the Khaleesi, but the other guys who we were just talking to. I'm just gonna sort of be like, prove to me that you're, worthy of me answering your prayers, and tell me a little bit about me.
Tell me a little bit about Anurag.
Yeah,
you're the martyr god. You're
it's like that Toby Keith song.
Yeah, you're the one who people can unload their problems onto to make them less hard, so that they can carry on. You help everyone with their problems. You help help their burdens by helping them shoulder them, or helping them to figure out how to deal with them. You are. Yeah. So cool. What I need is another spirit roll for you to shut it off. This is where having the bennies. Okay, you're good. You got the success. You're able to shut them off. Tomorrow, if you need, you have at any one time an extra soak roll on any damage that you take.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So that whole night goes by. After that, everybody goes to sleep. Crazy wild night. Crazy wild day. All kinds of shit going on. And then the sun comes up. Joplin, for some reason, you feel that Puritan's looking down at you, disappointed, but you don't really care.
I'm sleeping.
And it's the next day. And when you guys get up and you wake up, then there's some more Kuwata come over with breakfast for you, and they want to know, what will you wish of us? What shall we do? They want to be commanded.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
They should go to the new oasis and use what they brought to build a great meeting house. And then invite the Kuwata leadership there, where they should have a feast like we had last night.
I will now present to you.
Okay, so you guys basically tell them that.
No, I make Joplin say it. Joplin.
No. Finish what you're saying. You present what? What title are you going to give Joplin? I want to hear this.
Yeah, I do too.
I now
the Grand
present
Poobah.
to you the master of incredible.
To make promises, then just invite them to the.
No, that's the end of my sentence. I can't think of anything else. The master of incredible, Joplin.
All right.
Amazing.
Okay. So then you tell them this, and they're like, all right, if that's what you command, then that's what we will do. So,
But I want them to name the oasis Mayfair.
As you command, it shall be.
Yeah.
So
Wait, Tony, tell them why you want them to call it Mayfair.
Because they name them. If they name it Phoenix, then all the retirees are going to move there.
Arizona joke there. I get it. That's funny.
Well done.
I was going to do like a racial immigration joke, but you know what? No. Let's just keep it clean.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. So then the Kuwata are busy. You gave them tasks. They're doing what they're doing. What are you guys going to do? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? What's the next step in action here?
We need to
You're on mute, Grace.
There's an island, is that right?
Yeah.
That's the closest one?
The next closest one is Karat Ur. And Sunder can tell you about Karat Ur too. So,
but before we do that, look, we had this whole Kawada Khaleesi thing dumped into our laps. What are we going to do about that? Should we? It will take us away from our main mission, but we have the opportunity to do some good here, to stop this clan fighting and stop the loss of so many lives in the desert. Should we pursue that? Because if we should, and if we do, well, if we will, we want to, we have to know when the next alignment of the stars is. We made that promise. You can't not show up. What if it's next week?
What I think my point with the alignment of the stars bit is the next time we come here, we look up at the stars and say, oh, look, they've aligned.
Make sure that in these lands, there's not an official lining of the stars. We don't want these people to think we forsake them and that the promise of peace is false.
That is true, but to let things come in stages. Let's get them started on this project, and we'll come back and check on them on our way back this way.
You do have to come back this way to go to...
All right.
I mean, us being at this meeting of the two tribes would help facilitate the cohesiveness of this meeting.
What? So, well, as long as it's not soon, I suppose. Actually, Mansoor, do you know anything about this?
About what, my friends? That you're divine messengers of Yuzul? No. I did not know anything about this.
I'm more of a Kekkonen, but yeah, that's all right.
There's more to you than one would think.
We're quite the onion. Yes, we are. Is there an alignment of the stars in any of your desert calendars?
I will have to consult. I might be able to figure it out. And Sunder pipes up and he goes, "All my friends, I can tell you when the next one is going to be."
Oh, please tell us.
Or it'll be in a fortnight.
Fortnight.
What, 2 months?
Sure.
I think that's enough time for us to head to that island of monsters and ancient heroes and mystery. We should be able to be back by then.
No, not even.
I think so. If we really try hard.
Oh, okay. I mean, who am I to say no? I mean, you're the ones who brought the temple out of the desert.
How far?
Not I.
Oh, and Sundar's going back to the Arcanus anyway. Am I correct?
You must go through my homeland. You must go through Vindia. You must go south from here, through Keshem, and through the southern mountains there, which the the game master will give a name to soon. And then after you cross those mountains, you will go into Vindia. And then from Vindia, you must go to the most southern tip of Vindia and find passage. How? I do not know, because no one sails to this land. And then you will be able to go
find some crazy motherfucker.
Okay. Then you can go to the island of the Lotus people.
Lotus people.
There is one of your kind, I think, there. And
our kind.
Yes. Do we need Sundar with us?
I mean, you could reconvene with us. He's got faster modes of travel than we do. He could probably meet us in India, right?
I can attempt to, my friends.
You just take a quick jaunt back.
Oh, yes, very quick. And then very quick back.
Yeah, it's just a couple of months there, a couple of months back, and we should all be back on the same schedule.
My friends, if you wish to do this, if you're going to go to Vindia, I will give you a letter from me that you can present to the Raj or any of the Raj's peoples.
You know the Raj?
Of course I know
the Raj. What does that mean, by the way? Is he like
Oh, he's
Like
a king. Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you know him, wait, what do you mean? Of course you know him. It seems.
I mean,
I was racist
my
for assuming
friend.
you knew all the gods of India.
Let me ask you a question, or Shira. Before you met me, had you ever met someone who was a pyromancer? And he does the fire with his hands, and he rolls it around, and he throws it back and forth between his hands, and then he poofs it out of existence.
I had a bit of a never mind.
Well,
He could do some weird.
I can tell this much too. I never had met anyone that was connected to Pierden before you either. So
Yeah. It was just a passing thing.
So yes, I know the Raj.
Well,
Right,
we'll
that's
take
fair.
that
You were-
letter to Roger, and that'll work.
No, my friend. It is Raj.
Roger. Yeah.
Raj. I will show you on the paper.
That'll be great and that'll be useful. But how far is it from here to the Lotus people? In days,
In days, you're talking months of travel.
months. How many fortnights?
Oh, at least 4 or 5 fortnights.
4
Oh.
to 5 fortnights.
Yes, you
So
must
we-
travel through the mountains, and then through the jungle, and then through India, and then get to the, and then sail to wherever the island
So I
is.
bring it up
Plenty of time
again.
to be
You
building a meeting house and
look.
starting
so once again, it's
diplomacy.
important for us to broker peace between the Kawada and Kalisti in 1 fortnight. Stay here for a fortnight and then go, or do we get started and lead these people to their devices, but also let them find that we lied to them when we said we'd be here in a fortnight.
Again, I was being vague on purpose.
You said fortnight. You said when the stars align.
When the stars align. I didn't say which stars or which alignment. There's always 2 stars coming together.
There you
Fine.
go. There it is. Yeah.
We will have to come
That's
back
actually
through
really
this.
fucking
No,
smart.
What?
I was just impressed that Joplin. I really thought there was a time when the stars aligned. I clearly fell for hook, line, and sinker.
We'll just point
He
to them.
means
Say, I
any
remember that one and that one were, in retrograde.
In this line, yeah, no, this is incredible. I never really thought about how many stars there are and how many lines there could be.
Quite a few.
You want to risk that? And I'm not asking that sarcastically. Will that be a calculated risk, Joplin?
Brian, I promise we will not give up on this undertaking that we've begun. But there's not a lot we could do. We're not going to broker peace in the Middle East in a fortnight.
Sure, absolutely. Look, I'm
Took a
just want
number
to be
of-
sure promises are kept. Phoenix, you understand the importance of promises. But most importantly, the reason why I ask you is because to me, the most important thing are these gates. Everything else doesn't matter. It's perfunctory. I think that's the right word. But I just want to be sure we're all
I
on the
don't
same-
know. That sounds like a funny word, and then usually you use big funny words, so that makes sense.
We will come back this way, Brian. We will check on the Kulata and the Kalisti and see that they are coming together to try to work out their differences on neutral ground that we've created.
Because if those gates remain open and the flood of whoever Celestine spine rippers come through, this will matter. All right, so I'd say we should get a move on. Apparently, it's going to be many 2 months until we can find where we're supposed to be heading. Lotus people.
Oh,
All
yes.
right, well,
And an exciting adventure in front of us.
The
Southern Lands.
yes, the Lotus Mother, Cess, she lives on this island.
So we'll head to go across the mountains with your letter. Sundar will speak to Raj, and hopefully from there find ways to zest the Lotus Mother. Simple. Truly simple.
Exactly. Yay!
well, we've started
So who's going where? Who's doing what? You guys sending?
Ready to go.
You're sending Sundar back to the Arcanus.
Sundar's going back with.
Loggins and
this is
Messina.
why
Mazina.
Loggins and Messina. Thank you.
With Mazina.
Highway to the
Stages out. Actually, that's when Loggins is solo. When he did that one.
Yeah, it was just Kenny Loggins, but still.
Yeah.
It was. We got it. We got it there.
I got you.
We're sending her back.
I was picking up what you were putting down. We're all good.
So she's going back with him, and we're going. And if he can, he'll intercept us. Otherwise,
We have a letter for
when we
Roger.
come back from the Otherwise, we'll
Yes.
have a letter. And I think that's it. I mean, is Mansoor coming with us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mansoor is. He's like, he gives a letter to Sundar to give to his wives.
Awesome.
Explaining what is happening. So, yeah, but Mansoor, he said,
Oh,
Mansoor's like, I can take you the rest of the way through the Vezin, my friends, and then into Kashem. And after we go through Kashem, there will be lands that I do not know. So perhaps we can find another guide that can help us through the mountains down there.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so
Okay.
they pack up their stuff, and Sundar will collect Messina. She got me calling her Messina. Messina, and she'll give you a great big hug goodbye, Phoenix.
I give her a hug goodbye. And then I say, quit killing people. That's really dumb. Don't do that anymore, okay?
I was just trying to help you guys.
I know. But,
Be careful. And she goes, "Come here." She wants you to like lean down to her, and she whispers in your ear, "If you ever really need me at night, just look at the bright northern star and say my name." And she kisses you on the cheek, and then she runs away. And she goes and she jumps up onto the camel where Sundar is sitting there waiting. And says, "Goodbye, my friends. Be careful." And he starts riding off.
what the fuck? I think that kid's some sort of imp. Okay. Not surprised. Let's do this. All right. Are we moving out? Like,
Yeah.
or are we, I guess we, yeah.
You have things to do, man.
Yeah. So they
right.
the Kuwata that are there all give you a great send off. You know, they're the women are singing and the guys are singing and the kids are running around and everybody seems ecstatically happy, not to see you go, but just in general. And you guys ride off into the desert, leaving them behind.
Cool.
Dun 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 dun. Flash. Ah. Okay, so you guys start traveling through the desert. You make your way to another oasis. After about a week's travel, you don't really see anybody during that week's time. Fortunately, this oasis has no one there. It is empty. You spend a couple days there, and then you head out again. The desert starts to change at this time. The ocean of dunes that you had come into starts to thin out, and it starts to become that rocky type of area again. And I'm going to pull up a map here.
we're so far.
And let's, you know what? I'm going to go here.
We're so far gone.
And we're going to take it here so that everybody can see it. And where you guys are at. Okay, so basically you're in the Vezin. You're like right here. Whoops.
I don't think we're on that spot.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I gotta change it so that you guys can see it. The people at home can see it, but you guys can't.
Well, lucky them.
I know, right? Oh, you know what? This is what you need to do. Just go into the newspaper, go down towards the bottom where it says the Mavi Sea region.
on
Bring
that.
up that map. Yeah.
I can see
Way
that.
ahead of you.
Okay. So you've got the Vezin Desert Okay, you guys are pretty much right smack dab in the middle of the Vezin right now. Okay, and you're starting to. You're going to be making. He's making way towards Fort Arca, where it says the way, and that's basically it's a pass. It's where the caravans come through into this area from Kashem. Okay, so he's going to lead you down through here, and you'll go through Kashem, head south. Then there's some mountain ranges in the south of Kashem. Once you cross those mountains, you get into Vindia. Okay, so and you guys are traveling along. You travel for about another week, and you make it to a road as the ground really loses any of the dunes and desert type appearance that it had, and is completely like a rocky area now. And that's when you start, once you make it onto the road, then you start seeing caravans. Now, these are the roads that will generally, the roads will either, for the most part, they go run south and then go south along the river up to Dalapur and what have you. And they pay you guys really no mind. About another couple of days after traveling on the road, you actually see a squadron of Shanish troopers, cavalrymen. Fort Arca is a Shanish fort. That is the extent of the southern domains of the Shanish Empire before you get into Kashem. Okay? They will actually ride up, and unless you guys want to converse with them, Mansoor will do. He does all the talking, and he talks with them essentially, and he does make sure that you guys are outfitted again in your robes, not the wasting disease disguise, but he wants to make sure that you guys do not appear to be the foreigners that they were possibly looking for, that the Immortal was looking for. Remember that guy. And so he does some talking with them, and you can hear him. Essentially, it's pretty much like getting pulled over by the cops and just asking, hey, you know why you pulled you over? And it's like, well, yeah, your camel was going X amount of, he's just shaking you guys down, just wanting to see what's up. And Mansoor, he knows enough people, and you hear him talking about, oh, you're with this guy, and so you must be with these guys, and yeah, we were just in the Vezin. I was taking these are pilgrims, and blah 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 from Kashem and so forth. And they kind of just give you guys like the kind of like narrow stares, but they don't really do anything. Kashem and the Shanish Empire, they've fought in the past, but they've had basically an uneasy peace for generations now, so it's not really that big a deal. They still don't trust each other, thus the fort. And then you're able to continue on again. And you start to get to basically where the hills are rising now out of the rocky desert, and you're starting to see trees and vegetation, and it's sparse and at first, but then it starts to get, it's not going to get super lush, but it's sort of like, well, you guys don't really know the Rocky Mountains, so that really wouldn't help you. Grace does, but
I do. I've been out there.
You've been out there, okay? So it's like the Rockies in Colorado during the springtime, where everything's green and whatnot, but it's not like covered with lush grass or anything along these lines. The road is leading towards a big red stone fort. It stretches a pass that goes through. Now, it's not super mountainous, but it's definitely this hilly region is very rocky and has a lot of like cliffs to it and what have you. While you could definitely take men through and around the sides if you were to go in different places, this is the only place where it would be easy to march troops through, and there's this big red stone fort that's there. There is a city of built up around it, but it's not like Dallapur. It doesn't have like big fancy buildings or anything along these lines. Mostly shacks, a lot of still that mud brick buildings and things along these lines. And Mansoor will take you guys to an inn on the outskirts of town. And as you're traveling there, he tells you that, now, my friends, we must pay for passage through the gate, through the way, into Kashem. It is the easiest way for us to do this. It is a tax for all who leave out. It's generally set up for merchants and of the sort. It is not.
How much we talking here? Is it this gonna
a silver
bust
a head?
The bank?
It's expensive. It's a silver a head. So, but you guys got it. You guys got all kinds of cash.
Right.
So-
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I still have all the money from whatever his name is. From the very, very
I'm
beginning.
gonna keep track of my money on paper. I really did find where I put that. But it's out. It's on the table behind me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But yes, I will pay a silver.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys want to do while you're in Arca?
Do they have there's proper shops here?
Yes, there's quite a few because basically what this small city, because it's bigger than a town, does is it provides services to the caravans that come through.
I once had a very nice long leather coat that offered me a little bit of protection.
Yes, you did at one time. I remember this.
One time, it was
Yeah, you
shredded by evil birds.
Yeah, that it was. That it was.
I wouldn't mind walking the town looking for some leather goods that might be similar.
Okay. Now, this is not a region known for leather goods, so it's going to be a little bit harder to come by. So what we're going to do is just give me a D20 roll, and we're going to say if you get over a 12, you'll be able to find a replacement coat.
Nice.
Yes. Actually, now one thing that
20, baby.
one thing that the city here at Arca is known for is they have basically is the equivalent. They're pawn shops. So like caravans that are down on their money or getting some hard times and whatnot might sell off some of their goods.
Yes.
And you came across some merchant unloaded a bunch of leather goods. So
Damn right.
whatever you want leather-wise, they've got it.
I just want my old leather coat back.
You got it. You want a nice one? Like a real nice one?
Well, what do you mean a real nice one? Does it offer me any additional protection?
Oh, you want one of those kind of leather coats?
Yeah, because
All right, 2 silver.
that little one that I get to add was
Yeah.
quite a bit at the time.
Yeah, 2 silver and you can get it. That's not a problem.
2 silver. You
Yeah,
got
2
it.
silver.
So 3 silver is what I've spent since I got here.
Yeah.
Expensive damn town.
Gotcha. Mansoor wants to know if you guys want for him to look for a guide through the mountains.
Of course.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay, because he's like,
Give them a specialty.
yeah, because there are caravans that travel up that way. So it's not the traditional route, but there's definitely it can be. So he will dig one up. You guys will have to pay for that as well. How long do you want to hire this guide for? Just to
How
see
long
you,
will it take to get
just to
through
see
the
you,
mountain?
just to see you through the mountains. Okay, a
And
guide.
we'll enter Hashem.
It'll
Kingdom.
take you, through Kashem, and then Mansoor can help you with Kashem.
Oh, okay, great.
It's mostly the mountains that you're going to need the guide for because he's never been up through there. He's been to Kashem, not that much, but he knows the like main roads and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, mountain guide will be invaluable.
okay, you can hire a top flight mountain guide for 5 silver.
Cool. Yeah, I'll pay
That's
that.
silver. For some reason, I caught
How much
gold.
silver?
5
silver.
for 5 silver.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's an expensive town so far.
Told ya.
Yeah.
I can go in on that. How much was
Yeah.
it? 5 silver?
5 silver.
Well, I'll throw one, in a silver for that too.
Yeah, I will too.
Okay.
I'll take care of the other 3.
Okay, the guide's name is Begrin.
Begrin?
Not Scrag.
Yeah, how about Scrag? Melenre, should I call him Scrag? Make up for Grace totally poo-pooing your idea there.
You gotta make sure we wait 3 minutes.
Yeah, or longer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys, was there anything else that you wanted to do before you leave out of the fort?
Restock.
No.
I assume that's.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Make
so
sure I
as
have
you
everything
guys-
I need. Maybe get some liquor for the trip.
Sure. There has been, as you guys spend time in the town here, you in whatever the inns and what have you, you do hear that there has definitely been an increase in banditry because there's some unruly Kishemite prince is revolting inside of Kishem, and so there's sort of like a minor civil war going on in there right now. And every time that something like that happens, you see an uptick in banditry, and they're like, it's been quite a bit recently spotted. So that you have this warning of to be careful.
Do they have any local commodities that are markedly less expensive here than they would be back home, presumably?
What is this, Fable?
Yeah, just like that. Something I can take from here, bring back to there.
You want to become a merchant? Is what you're looking to do?
Is there anything? What are they known for here?
Here, nothing. Kishem is actually known for sheep and textiles.
Textiles. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying around bolts of cloth.
And mercenaries. That's what they're known for, mercenaries and textiles. That's Kishem for you.
It might be good for us to pass as mercenaries then.
You could totally. Yeah. You'll be passing. Now, there's two different ways when you go through Kishem. If you keep going further south, you go south and then you go southeast. That's going to take you over the mountains and take you into Vindia. If you keep going through Kishem and then into southern Kishem, that borders on Patara, that is the ancient sorcerer land. So, but yeah, and they border a number of different kingdoms down here. That's why they're known for their mercenaries. They're kind of like a middle kingdom. So,
do the mercenaries need to register with anyone?
Nope.
Just checking.
Just got to be competent.
Hero League.
Yeah. Just roll around in a group big enough to take care of themselves, and you've got a mercenary band. There are huge. There are really big mercenary companies that work out of Kishem. There's some big famous one like the Bloody Swords and bullshit like that. So.
Swords of Plenty.
Mm-hmm.
While Joplin's contemplating the mercenary ploy, is there a textile person or weaver who can weave me maybe a blue cape of silk?
Sure can.
Ooh.
You can.
I got you a cape you can have.
You can buy one. There's plenty of textiles for sale here. And,
I'd like to buy one.
Yeah.
You want I got the Elvis cloak.
If that's up for grab, I'm grabbing that shit.
You can have the Elvis cloak. I wasn't using it. I as long as I got my leather jacket, I'm good.
Yeah, you got your leather jacket back.
Well,
You can definitely get a blue silk cloak.
How much?
2 silver.
2 silver? Makes sense.
It's silk.
Silk, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I want to see if I can find just like a patchwork cloak.
Totally.
Something that looks, a little bit more utilitarian and maybe a little bit something that makes me blend in with the people who maybe don't have as much
Sure.
wealth.
Gotcha. 5
You
copper.
think you look like the martyr god, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 copper will definitely get it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So does the Elvis cloak retune itself when Ari takes it, or is it going to be Elvis for her too?
It's Elvis for her too.
How many copper to a silver again?
Oh gosh.
20?
Don't we have it?
40,
In here?
Jesus.
40.
I think.
Let's see. Currency.
Let's see. Yeah, 40. 400?
Okay.
What?
No, yeah. So it's 200 copper to 1 silver,
What do you,
dog.
according to the thing that we've got in.
That's right, then.
California.
Yep.
Okay.
reading? Who needs it?
All right.
I've got a cat attack in the background.
Now, what's the temperature like here? In this
It has
area?
gotten substantially cooler. It is still warm, but once you get down into Kashem, it's notably cooler during the day. It still gets pretty cold during the night, but it's more along the lines of the type of weather that you get, say, like in the high Iranian plateau and stuff like that.
And I might start also looking for like hide clothing rather than like
You
just
can totally
as
get that.
we're heading.
Do you want to get like traditional Kashem like clothing and wear?
Yeah,
You guys could
something
all
that-
you guys could all change for like 2 copper. You guys can get traditional Kashemite clothing because they don't dress like the tribesmen of the Vezin. They don't wear those robes and shit like that. They wear like vests and like leather or sturdy woolen breeches and high leather boots and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
full on
All right, let's dress local.
Kashem.
I got the leather jacket. Let's get some boots.
Mansoor
Yeah.
Mansoor
Let's go
definitely
shopping.
encourages that. He encourages you guys dressing like the locals. It'll make you less of a target out on the road.
You said for like 3 copper, we could get like a full set of Kashemite clothes.
Sure, that includes boots and everything. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll get
I'm
one
decked
too.
out.
yeah. Cool. So you guys will. I mean, you can definitely look the part of mercenaries for sure. I mean, you all be carrying weapons and whatever. Well,
Yeah.
some of you.
What?
I mean, I've got
I think
weapons. I've
that's
just never
me, I
used
think.
them.
Well, Phoenix carries his gauntlets. That
And I do
Not
have a
really noticeable.
shillelagh on my hip that doesn't really serve a purpose unless my hands get
true. Busted up.
unpowerful.
Yeah, for
It's a
some
walking
reason.
stick.
Yeah, it's your walking stick. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you guys get everything done. You get resupplied. You're ready to go, and you head out of the other side of the gate, and you are heading into Kashem and Begrin.
This
That's
well,
the
this
guy
is definitely the furthest I've ever been from home.
it's the furthest any of you guys have been from
Yeah.
home. Because Joplin, you never came this way. You went east mostly, didn't you? When you were traveling about.
I did get a little bit into Vindia, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think maybe not from here.
Yeah, there's other ways in.
I do know Kashem though, so I must have been somewhere around here before.
Okay, so yeah.
As a language, you
Yeah.
know.
Kashem is actually it's one of those you see a lot of traders and like there's like they use a lot of Kashemite mercenaries in the Shanish Empire. So you could definitely I mean it is a common language within the empire.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right, so that's where we'll wrap it up for this evening.
No, shoot
Uh-huh.
something, kill something.
Mazina's not here to shoot her in the leg.
Yeah, you're not going to shoot to kill her. No, she's gone.
You shoot to kill my bozos.
So, yeah. So basically, now you guys have done that. We've had our nice big hefty role play session. Got everything kind of. You guys got a lot of info drop put on you now.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's no questioning anymore what's going on. So this is good. You know.
Mhm.
Now you're going
This is
into this is good. Now you're going into Kashem and going. I thought for sure that you guys would hold off going to the island, but
I
that's
kind of
good.
so I really thought that you were going to assume that, but I think it was a poor assumption.
Why would you ever think that?
Yeah.
I should have thought differently.
The closest
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
We are gonna TPK after all.
No, not right away. We got to
Right.
set up your other characters first in the storyline before we kill you. Sure. Cool. All right, everybody. Hey, I want to say thank you for tuning in and watching this episode. It was we didn't really. Last episode was the combat episode, so if you didn't miss that on that, where they killed each other, that was kind of interesting. So,
Yes.
but that's up. You can always go and watch it. It's here on the channel. Just go into videos. It's in there. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it very much. So let's go ahead and we'll do the sign-offs. We're going to start with Dylan this time, right?
All right, I am Dylan, and you know what? I'm not going to plug anything of my own personally, but I do want to let all the nerds out there know that if you didn't know yet, the Reaper Bones Kickstarter just launched like a week and a bit ago. So if you like painting minis and you like playing on the tabletop, you should consider throwing some of your cash in there because it's a great value.
You know who Lord Gasumba, who hosts us a lot. One of his sponsors for his show is Reaper Miniatures.
Whoa,
really?
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
For sure.
awesome.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see some really balls nasty miniature layouts, watch the Lord Gasumba stream when they do it. They have all kinds of stuff.
And if you want to see his stream, one more plug, but this one's for us. Then he often lets us know when he's going live in our Discord server. So
yep. And we auto host him here, so yeah.
That too.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right, Uncle Tony.
Hey everybody, I'm Uncle Tony, Stupid Tony on Twitter, and nobody follows me on Twitter.
I do.
Yeah, I got
You don't
like
post anything on there, but I follow you.
I hit retweet stupid
It's all right.
shit.
Hey, at our age, we're not supposed to do Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way that
I
works.
don't like it all that much, but whatever.
Oh, whatever.
You gotta be out there, right?
Yeah, you do. You do.
A
But
friend of mine that I've known for a decade joined Twitter literally 2 days ago, and it was kind of funny to see them like, "Hey, I finally did it!" Like, you missed the boat.
Yeah.
But my YouTube is going gangbusters. You can find Uncle Tony on YouTube doing reaction videos. And Dylan, you keep promising to put shit up and never do.
Yeah, it's going to be another couple of weeks, I think.
Of course.
All them out. Yeah,
He's
it's
like
straight up.
working,
Yeah.
What's that?
I all of a sudden have about 10 different videos I'm doing for clients, so
That's great, though.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's great for my bank account, not
Yeah.
great for my creative energy, but we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
get some. Me and Tony will have to collaborate one of these days.
We'll
I
do
can
something.
Ride the wave of his audience.
There you go.
Yeah.
All things in good time. All things in good time. All right, Grace.
I'm Grace. I played Ari tonight. You can find me here on Wednesday nights and then on Saturday afternoons.
Yes.
For a vampire game. Windy City Kindred. Now you've gotten me fucked up.
Windy
Let's
City
do the other way.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Mhm.
Okay. And last but not least, of course, we have Jonathan.
You know, I always thought we were talking about the different names. The Windy City Wicked would have been pretty good, right?
See, we
That
can
would have been pretty good.
Have
Yeah.
all my cake and
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
But anyways, my name's Jonathan. I play Brian. The person who wants to follow the law, I think. Tries to be fair and, yeah, following the law. That's about it. But within reason. I think that's my guy. So we'll see what happens next. Excited. Let's go.
I know. New
Yeah.
cultures, new times, new things. How many of you guys speak Vindian?
Not me, I don't think.
Any of us speak
I
good.
don't think if one of you speaks Vindian. Yeah.
No, but I
Well,
was
yeah.
starting to
Learn it.
get coached
Yeah.
by Sundar, but he's
You
gone now.
were.
So
You
Right
were.
now.
Yeah, I thought Phoenix can speak Indian now.
I will say that you have picked up Pigeon Vindian.
okay.
We
Enough.
probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have gotten rid of Sundar, but I so wanted to get rid of Messina.
That's all right. She's gone. For now.
And if you call her back, I will
Oh,
punch.
you know that the moment I see an opportunity, I'm gonna try that shit.
Hell yeah. There you
If I
go.
said her name and looked at a star, she's
You
gonna
have
be
to
here.
see the star, so you can't be like in a cave or whatever. Apparently,
Yeah,
It's true.
that's what she said. Excellent.
what if
Well,
she's the
I'll-
goddess of mischief?
Yeah.
She should have been nicer to me then.
What's your mischief god name again?
Kekkonen.
Kekkonen.
What if Kate Conan's actually a chick?
It's possible. I don't
Could
just
happen.
Conan.
Or Conan just took the form of Mazina. That'd be funny, right? It would be funny.
It would be.
Good.
The greatest friend.
All right.
Anyways.
So, anyways, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in and watching. Of course, this is Tales of a Savage Land. We are here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Tuesday, if you enjoy Dungeons & Dragons or if you enjoy Greyhawk, we have Greyhawk Adventures Presents, and we're currently doing Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which are getting... we're into the later half of that. More than half. We're actually part of the later third, so we're getting close to that one wrapping up. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is Windy City Kindred, a Vampire the Masquerade game, which the storyteller is Uncle Tony.
Coming along pretty nice, pretty sweet. This story.
I gotta say,
12-part chronicle. It's gonna wrap itself up pretty nice.
I am impressed with his storytelling abilities. He's pretty good at it.
Thank you. I've got a great cast. Wes is with me. Wes Anderson and Storm, Alex Maxwell, doing a great job. Grace is doing a fantastic job out there. And if you haven't tuned in, darkness has crept into the coterie this week, as some of my characters are.
And then even Melinary in the chat, she's in there as well.
She's in there too, yeah.
She plays a nun. Woo, that's good. But yeah, it's great stuff. If you enjoy the vampire game, for sure, check that out. And starting this Saturday.
I'm not getting up, I'll watch it on a rerun.
That's fine. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Eastern. That's 7 a.m. Pacific, peoples. 7 a.m.
That's early.
8 a.m. my time.
Oh.
We are starting the Saturday Morning Superheroes, where we are playing the classic Marvel TSR Superheroes role-playing game. The game is set in 1985. You'll see I am, of course, the judge for that. Adam from Greyhawk Adventures and everything else, the other half of Wicked Studios, is on the show as well as Kemchan. This will be his first show for us. So, but I'm really looking forward to this one. I really enjoy the old Marvel stuff. I'm without a doubt. That's good.
Get out your pajamas and your bowl of cereal, and
that's what it's meant for. Because hey, when I was a kid, man, Saturday morning cartoons were a thing.
They were the shit, man.
And you got up and you watched your cartoons before you went out and you played, and you had your favorites. And I was coming. You had Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. You had the Incredible Hulk, and then you had my absolute favorite was the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, of course.
No, of course.
Goes without saying.
We had a solid hour and a half of Looney Tunes, man, with Bugs to Roadrunner, and yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to capture. It's the Saturday Morning Superheroes. So there it is. And that'll be this Saturday. So, all right, everybody. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Let me make sure I got the ending stuff ready. There.
Oh, you
ready.
don't.
No, I do now.
Don can't catch that Saturday game either.
Yeah, I know it's going to be on early, but that's okay. You guys can always
have to push the reruns.
Yeah, just watch it in the reruns and watch it on YouTube when we post them up there. So, and those should go up pretty much the same time. They should be on YouTube the same day that we air them here on Twitch. So, but I don't know. I don't take care of that part of it. That's Adam. I'll have to talk to him about that. So, all right, everybody. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good night and peace out.
Bye.
Good night.